All right, we're back.
Huzzah!
Hello.
We were just plotting your doom.
Okay. Good. Appreciate that.
Just a general doom, not a particular doom.
Okay. I'm ready.
Sam, did you think about what you want to buy? Sweet loot.
Kind of yes and no.
Oh, so we need to actually go through and determine how much money they all have. That was something. Let's do that bookkeeping now.
Okay.
Should we just go through our notes, Mike?
I assume they've been keeping track of money, but maybe they haven't.
Oh yeah, we did. We kept track of money.
Yeah,
Where did you guys
they
keep-
know how much money they have.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we've been keeping track of that because Ryan and Matthew and Bryant and I all did some pretty quick bookkeeping at the end of last session to make sure that we all had our money in order because we made a bunch of money.
Yeah. Oh, did we give you Electrum?
We didn't get any
I don't think
Electrum.
No, we didn't get any Electrum. We're never going to use Electrum because Electrum is stupid.
But we
It's
did
the
have
two-
platinum.
Yeah, which is 10 gold apiece.
Okay.
So my recommendation to you all is I made a party treasure and ingredient spreadsheet in your share folder. If you want to just have the party pool and not bother with all the splitting and stuff and have a central location where all that stuff's written down, you could use that if you so desire.
And yeah, and obviously if one of you goes to a place by yourself and gets something like a gem or money and shit, that goes straight into your inventory and you can choose whether to put it into the party inventory if nobody's around to call you on it, you know?
Yeah, but
That
I
obviously-
assume the party is going to be pretty much like sharing stuff in general.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I would also count on some, some party skullduggery going on. If someone, went someplace, they may feel entitled to a certain gem or item that they found. Like that's not entirely out of the realm of possibility with these sort of characters that we're dealing with here, Michael.
You heard it here first, gents. Skullduggery official endorsement.
Condoned, huh?
I don't know if it's condoned. It's just expected. Fucking monsters.
I resemble that remark.
You can just dump it all in the party pool.
Ruben hates this idea. Matthew loves it.
Well, it's a Matthew kind of an issue. Ruben. We can pretend that Ruben is hoarding some treasure.
And he's a dragon. It's
No, like I said, if Ruben goes off somewhere and finds like a bag of gold,
to
that's
Skulldug.
his. Like that he can put that on his character sheet. But as far as big hoards of treasure that you guys get on,
Sure.
Shit like that, that might just be easier dumped into this, so that way if
Absolutely.
the party needs resources, it's just easy to track.
I'll keep track of everybody's money for money.
Somehow the warlock is the moral center of the party.
it definitely isn't the swashbuckler.
All right, so let's recap. Let's talk about what you guys did.
What's wrong with you?
So you killed a Gorgon,
Yeah.
and you then fought a spectator, yeah, that's what they're called, spectators, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is a small beholder-like creature. And as you were leaving Pete's Hollow, you decided to blow up the Gentle Cud distillery in an act of wanton violence.
Even though that was the whiskey that you guys liked.
Yeah, no, we're fucking that place.
I don't remember if you remembered, but sort of the revelation that you had, Ryan, at the after you killed the Gorgon. I don't remember. Do you remember?
I can't remember.
Something that killing the Gorgon maybe caused.
That's right. So, yeah, that's right. So it would actually fuck up all the business in town because
So we did them a favor.
the powdered bodies is what was making their whiskey so good.
All right. So you guys arrived back in Silvery Moon. You met up with Rhagnuul the Epicurean, your very strange, eccentric, and frankly terrifying
Many eyes.
beholder chef
Yeah,
patron
he's your new boss / master / owner. I mean boss.
owner. And which you're not entirely unfamiliar with, Gwen. But you guys got shunted through a portal. You ended up in this crazy place, this arena, where you are suddenly front and center, and going to be cooking for some of the strangest beings you've ever encountered in your life. And then shortly after that, you were taken back to Rhagnuul's home, I guess. And you saw your first look at your new home, which is Sigil. The City of Doors. And where we left off, we were all standing on the balcony overlooking this city that is twisted over on itself. And Rhagnuul has just handed you those 30 platinum pieces apiece. Let's just say you guys went down for the night, and you wake up on your first day in Sigil with 2 days remaining. Where you're in sort of strange lodgings. It looks kind of similar to the place that you went through before as you came down through the warehouse, only in reverse, as this is not an underground thing, it's actually a spire. So you all are on, the outside of a very tall and narrow stairwell that leads down to a kind of ground floor lobby area. But you're all getting up. You all have your own individual rooms. They're pretty sparsely furnished right now. I mean, you guys don't have a lot because you didn't bring a lot with you. I mean, you brought the stuff you had on your backs. You do know that you have 2 days, and this is the first day, but you haven't been given any specific instructions.
So you probably need to talk to Rhagnuul to get the lowdown on what your options are.
Yeah, where's old Floaty Face?
Wait, are we in the room with us? We're all in the same room?
No, you all have individual rooms, just kind of coming, they're all consecutively spaced around this spiral staircase going down.
Okay. So we're all we're all hanging out behind our doors, yelling at each other right now.
Well, so what are you gonna do?
That's up to you. I mean, there's got to be a common room, right? In this his.
Yeah, at the bottom of the stairs, they're definitely.
So we're in Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Ruben's looking for spare change in the couch cushions.
There is no spare change.
There are spare nightmares, though. So
yes,
there's that.
Interesting.
I'll just head downstairs. Not say a word to anyone, and just leave my room and walk downstairs.
You guys hear you hear a door open, and you hear heavy footfalls and
very light footfalls.
Chong chong
clinking,
chong chong
clinking
chong
armor, headed down the stairs. You're not stealthy, Gwen.
I am. I have 14 dexterity. You kidding me?
You're in half plate. Not stealthy.
Chong 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 chong.
It's magic.
Are the rest of you staying in your room?
Can you bring me back something to eat?
No. I'm gonna go down there. We'll go down there. I want to go down there.
I guess I'll come.
Come on, guys.
Do the doors?
There
When I hear him yell, if I'll bring him something. Do the doors open in or out from these rooms?
They actually slide open.
Oh, forget it. Never mind.
Like Star Trek
Never
doors?
They roll. They're like stone discs.
Okay.
I'm playing with the door a little bit.
Okay. I was hoping if they opened in from the outside, I was gonna wedge my longsword in between the doorknob and the frame. Who couldn't open the door?
That's not very nice.
No, that would be very rude. All right, so you guys all head downstairs, and you've never been here before, Ryan, but it is oddly familiar. It really does seem like this place is in reverse, because you find yourself in the audience chamber of Rhagnuul's home, but it's just a little smaller. Familiar to you is the the sort of kitchen area that he has, like this. It's more of his demonstration kitchen, where he likes to prepare food for esteemed guests that he occasionally would entertain. Not very often because he gets paranoid and doesn't like other people, but occasionally it's more he likes to prepare food for guests that he might think he would like to have sometime, but he just prepares the food and eats it. And it's comfy seats. It's a very very kind of homey setting. And you see Rhagnuul preparing something at the station.
I go over and I look at the ingredients.
It looks like a pretty boilerplate breakfast type stuff. There's like thick cut bacon. There's a few different eggs from species you don't necessarily recognize. Some bread.
I'll walk in and greet him like I normally do. I would assume. Just ask him what he's making.
But how do you greet him like you normally do?
Good morning. What are you making?
Breakfast.
Well, that's specific.
Does it need any more detail? Can you not see the eggs? And the bacon?
Got a good point.
And the toast? You are daft, Gwen. I often forget that.
Does she have her glasses on? You need your glasses. I keep telling you this.
So, now that we're here...
Yes. I apologize for rushing you through all of that, but
your phone.
as you understood, time was of the essence.
It always is with you.
Does everyone know why they're here?
Nope. But I'm really not big on details.
Just gonna gloss over everything.
So
it served me well so far.
Rhagnuul kind of like scrutinizes all of you at once with different eyes.
I squint back.
He squints harder.
I whisper.
He's like, what is your background in cooking? You, dragon whelp.
In cooking, I enjoy eating cooking.
Have you not cooked?
I have observed cookery in its many forms, and I've partaken in it, but nay.
You, Gwen?
You know my story. I don't need to tell you again.
Yes, you are a grandma. Of course you know how to cook.
Grandma food.
You, bird.
Technically was never a grandmother. Just want to say that. Just old.
Bird.
Okay. Grandma.
Yes.
I was a cook at my monastery, and I cooked for many monks. I wasn't particularly renowned for cooking, but I can cook for a bunch of people. With really high quality between the dishes.
And he looks over at you, Seven, just kind of like snorts, and I would say he shakes his head, but he kind of shakes his whole body. And just says, "This is a disaster." Well, you have a few options. You have 2 days before we are to embark on this next leg of our journey, and you should prepare well. Well, I don't know exactly where the challenge will take you. I can at least point you in the direction of places that can equip you with things that would be generally helpful. If that would be amenable to you.
Generally helpful.
We're here at your behest, so whatever you need, tell us where to go.
This purse isn't going to empty itself.
Well, I would advise against exploring too much of Sigil. It's a place where you can get easily lost. And there are many here that would benefit from that. Myself not included. I would point you towards the Great Bazaar. It's a place where you can find things that you would not be able to find anywhere else in any world you've ever been to. I have a few contacts there. And he takes his little hand, his little, beholder hands that he has, his gross little beholder hands, and he scribbles something down on a piece of paper, and it's 3. It's not really addresses; it's just names of places. And it's Gabbett, Garneth, and Ganzel's Mystical Fineries, at Lapid's Restaurant, and Rollo's Curiosities.
I sort of take the list, but it's a little awkward because the hands are weirding me out.
Yeah, they're really gross. They're like kind of like, and they touch your hand.
Oh no!
Take it, and it's like it really like actually make a wisdom saving.
Do I need it? Is it a wisdom or a cool? Yeah. A wisdom saving throw? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you're not super creeped out. You're fine.
But still,
like,
I shiver a little bit.
It gives you scale bumps, but that's it.
Okay. And I'm just like, be cool, be cool, be cool, be cool.
I would suggest haste, because if there's anything of note that you might want, it might take more than a little time.
They close early. Let's go.
Do
Gotta get them sales.
Maybe Carlos, you can
Early
tell
bird
them,
specials.
you can
Oh,
tell
you're
them
the bird.
a little bit about what each of these things specializes in.
Yes.
Thank you, disembodied voice. That's so
Yes.
charming.
Thank you for reminding me.
Is that like an Alexa? Is that what Mike is?
Yes, it's
Just like Alexa.
fantasy Alexa.
Well, actually, that'd be a pretty good trinket.
You'll find a well-connected cartel at a Lapid's restaurant, a block or so away from the bazaar. Almost anything you need in terms of general goods, supplies, you'll be able to get there at a decent price, as well as finding and locating magical items around Sigil, though they'll charge a premium to procure them for you. And I would advise not procuring them for yourself, because you should break no laws while you are here in Sigil, because the Lady of Pain tolerates no... and he just shudders. And to see something like a beholder shudder in fear, like, you guys, it trickles down to you guys. You guys are not... You know well enough you probably shouldn't crime while you're here.
I was gonna say, we were saying rules. Is it like home rules or tavern brawl rules?
Use your best discretion, but if you must commit foolish or wanton acts, just get away with it.
I wink.
He glares. The other places, Gabbett, Garneth, and Ganzel's Mystical Fineries. It's a trio of sorts, and they will create items, great fineries, and well, you should go see for yourself. They're more in the custom business, special orders. It can be expensive, but worth it if you have the coin. And he just sort of like shudders, not shudders, but he sort of just like harumps, and he's like, in Rollo. Ugh. Well, he's worth seeing, sort of. And he doesn't really say anything beyond that.
Coming from a beholder, that means a lot.
Yep.
Because of the eyes.
I gotcha.
Nice.
Glad we're all on the same page.
He zaps you with an anti-pun ray.
No. My powers.
You've lost all puns. Alright, so he looks at the rest of you. He's like, well, you should busy yourselves. And he kind of floats up, and like before in that chamber, an iris-style kind of opening opens up, and he floats up and out of the room, and it closes behind him. And you guys are left in here with your breakfast.
I was going to say, is there food? Because I'm going to eat that.
Yes, there is plated, delicious-looking breakfasts.
Excellent.
So we are now like long rested, I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
Yeah. You're full healed and everything. You can assume that.
Okay. So Crack Sizzle takes out his little ring that no one of us could identify.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, where do you think we could find someone that would know what this is?
Probably the first shop that he mentioned.
A Lapid's restaurant sounds like they're connected, so they may not know some things.
Or
first
the second shop, the three named one.
I put the names in notes.
The Mystical Fineries. Can you? This is a dumb thing. These uniforms that we're wearing, do they have a cape?
Nope.
I'm gonna need to fix that.
No capes.
No capes.
No capes.
Let's go. I say we go to the Rollo's Curiosities first. Maybe he can identify it.
I mean, the alternative to me actually paying attention to what is going on would be screaming from sheer terror. So let's do that.
So you're going to Rollo's?
That the sort of portal that, or I guess the iris opening that Rhagnuul went through, is that? I assume that's up to his personal chambers. I would assume.
You don't really know where it goes.
Is there another way into his room that I know? Been here before?
No, not that you know of.
Okay.
And then what's the way that we?
You've actually never been in his inner chamber. You've only been in his.
Well, and something to know about beholders and their lairs is that because they're flying creatures, they tend to organize them like in vertical layouts that are very inconvenient for like legged creatures. Right. So a lot of his stuff is like up and sideways, and there's no stairs. There's just like weird doors in the ceiling and stuff.
Right.
I whisper the word soon to my climbing rope.
All right.
I told the guys, I'll be like, why don't you guys head to Rollo's? I want to hang out here for a second. I've got something I wanted to ask very quickly.
All right, but splitting up the party's not allowed, so they leave, but you catch up to them. What do you want to ask?
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, he's okay. If you want, you wait for 30 minutes and no one comes down.
Not even if I scream his name.
No.
You keep hearing Ruben go, "Come on, I want to go."
Grandma, come back! Grandma, come back! Grandma, come back! Come back!
Oh, this is why the old die. No.
All right, that's fine. Just a simple question. I don't want to talk to him anyways.
Way to take the moral high ground.
He just left. I was going to ask him, and he just left.
Floated away.
He pokes his head in as you are leaving. What?
I'm going to pull the eye stalk from the little baby guy. I'll be like, hey, what was this guy's deal?
Bad dream. And then he just disappears again.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Oh, I'm glad that makes sense to somebody.
So you... Okay, go ahead.
Can I take this real quick, Carlos?
Yes. Yeah.
So you guys head outside into Sigil. It really is upsetting on a gut level to, see, buildings sort of curling up around you and the kind of creepy and unsettling gravitational, you don't even know how that works, sort of sense. Definitely comes over you guys. And
how's my breakfast doing?
but but also the good news is that this place is full of aliens, freaks, weirdos, extraplanar beings, walking octopuses, and sentient manta rays walking next to orcs and elves and dwarves and people with an arm coming out of their head, fire elementals. Anything that you can possibly think of. The streets are full of just like a plethora of strange characters.
Are they walking octopus? Are they wearing boots?
I'm gonna go with no. No boots on the walking octopus. I mean, he
one
went.
boot. He's wearing one boot.
And not where you think.
Yeah.
Yes. On his head.
I lean over to Crack Sizzle and I'm like, bunch of weirdos, am I right?
Right on. Bunch of weirdos.
He wants to taste the flavor of the sidewalk that walking.
Oh man, delicious bunch of weirdos.
I keep forgetting who I'm talking to.
You have some general sense of where you're going in the direction of the bazaar, but it's Sigil's not super easy to navigate. As you get closer to the bazaar, or what you think is the bazaar, you see like kind of wider streets and like more stalls out in the open, and people kind of more milling around. And as you make your way in, you see this kind of haggard-looking humanoid that he looks like a human, but maybe a little bit orc-like, or there's something kind of like the shape of his jaw, his teeth look a little too big, or something a little bit off about his appearance. But he also looks like he's like wearing kind of tattered clothes and stuff. So as you all are walking in, he sidles up next to you guys, and he says, "Oh, excuse me, friends. Hold on. You all look like fellow travelers. Is that right? Excuse me. Hello. Are you all fellow travelers?"
Yes.
Fellow travelers.
Oh, I'm so glad. This place, I can't possibly understand this place in full, and honestly, I'm ready to get out. But you all seem like you might make use of something. I can't, I feel a little bit ashamed that I bought a map on my first day here, and I don't think that I'm going to need it anymore. But you all seem like people who could use it. So I was wondering if maybe I could sell it to you before I leave. It's a map of Sigil.
This guy trying to rip us off.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Perception check.
No,
Insight.
it's insight check. Insight.
Ooh.
Dang!
Yeah, I insight the fuck out of this guy.
On the level.
Okay, so Ribbon thinks like, yeah, we should help this guy out, and everybody else thinks this guy is fucking shady.
I don't know, guys. Like, he's got a pretty trustworthy face. Think of me. I know faces.
Listen, I paid 50 jink for this map. I'll sell it to you. It's a loss to me. I sell it only 20 jink, just for you guys.
Jink?
Oh, they call the money here. That's what they call it here. It's all coins from different places. They call jink.
Interesting. Can I see that map?
He flashes it to you, and it looks kind of like a map. And he says, this is like, precious information. And I wouldn't want to give it up for, too much less than I pay. I paid a lot of good money for this.
No, absolutely. But if we're to purchase it, we need to have a look at the merchandise.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, friends. I mean, this map is worth a lot, and seeing the map is, part of its worth.
Can't argue with that.
Listen,
Yes, we can.
if I could just get 20 jink for this thing before I get out of here, I'd really appreciate that, guys. I think it'd really help you all.
I pull out some ball bearings. I'm like, Jinx, right?
No, like jinks are usually like gold coins.
Where we come from, this is totally gold. This.
Well, I mean, I can take a look at your coins if you want. There's a lot of money changers around here. They'll rip you off for sure.
I'm gonna do the thing that I did to that other person. Is I'm just gonna take my giant hand and just facepalm him away from us.
Perfect.
And he's like, my friends, wait,
Okay.
I can 15 jink. I'll sell 15 jink, please. But
Yeah, I'm gonna basically just try and scare him away and just start.
you can make an intimidation check if you
Get out
want.
of here!
This is why no one likes us.
There.
Oh God, he runs.
He's like, I'm sorry, don't hurt me, and he runs away.
God, you didn't even
and
make him
as he
There's a puddle of pee there.
runs, he drops the map behind him.
All right. I'm gonna give Gwen my point of inspiration
Yeah.
for
Maybe
face
a
palming.
little bit.
Thanks, Grandma.
Yeah.
Okay, so the map is now in the PC folder as best sigil map. If you want to take a look at what his map looks like.
This is shitty as fuck. Oh, look, it's signed by I'm the Worst. Hive Bazzer.
You also are curious as to why it has a U on it.
I am very confused by that as well.
Because as you walk a couple blocks away, it doesn't move.
I was gonna say that Gwen's just dumb enough to just be walking around like looking.
Like, why aren't I moving anywhere?
This map is faulty.
I need to do an Arcana check.
All right. Well,
all right.
you have avoided being swindled. Congratulations.
I put my
levels
ball
up.
bearings back in my pocket. Oh,
Maybe someday, Betty.
I like this planet for this plane. Anything's money, apparently.
So as you guys avoid being, you walk into the Great Bazaar, and this place is like, I mean, if the rest of Sigil is weird, this place is even weirder because it's like all of these aliens around, and then all of their stuff, and it's all kinds of crap you've never seen before. And there's like hundreds of different languages being spoken at like really high volume. So it's actually really, really hard to hear. There's tons of people around. Everyone make a little passive perception roll as you're going through this crowd. As Sam and Ryan, as you guys pass through, you kind of feel your coin purse, and you notice a couple silver missing. You both lost 5 silver, so you can just take 10 silver out of the pot. There's a den of thieves here.
Amateurs.
Yeah, you keep your coin purse on the inside. But you kind of you ask around, and you get pointed towards Rollo's Curiosity. And it's this like ramshackle little hut almost. Kind of, it seems sort of out of place in this very cool bazaar where there's like all these lavish carpets and stuff that are and rugs hanging from the ceiling and creating this cool canopy. But this is like this dumpy little hut.
Oh, Ruben remembers his first apartment.
And it has, but it has a very, very nicely painted sign. It says Rollo's Curiosity.
Well, gents, this is the place.
I'll sort of duck my head down and walk through the door.
So you guys enter, and it's like many things in Sigil. It sort of defies the sort of spatial properties of the space that it occupies. Endless shelves of like curios, and the whole place just resonates with magical energy. You as you walk through these aisles, kind of just Gwen, you're really having a hard time. This place is like packed, like it's a hoarder's nightmare. Even
Ruben like pokes his head outside and like checks to make sure the building is still the same size, and then
it's definitely the same size, but it's
just like
stuff.
Huh.
You see a man. He looks human, kind of a little gaunt around the face, very thin-framed glasses, and white, long, straight hair. Just sort of sitting, kind of admiring this little, looks like a little snow globe. And he doesn't really acknowledge you as you man. He's just sort of staring in the snow globe.
Well, Bird, you're the one that needed some curiosities.
So Crack Sizzle like bends kind of in front of the snow globe, so he has like a big magnified eye looking through toward Rollo. And then he slowly like holds the ring in front of his face, so like in between the snow globe and Rollo's eye. Crack Sizzle like just kind of puts the ring.
So before you even know what's happened, the snow globe is down back on the counter, and Rollo is standing looking at the ring, holding it in his hand. It's like, this is a very fine ring.
Yes.
A ring of swimming. And he hands it back to you.
This is an outrageous accent.
Oh, it's a very outrageous accent.
Ring of swimming. What swimming?
You wouldn't understand.
Is it great or is it?
He looks at the 4 of you, and he's like, what can I do, gentle? And he kind of like looks at you, Gwen, kind of unsure of what to say. Fine folk.
Yes, my name's Gwen. These are my traveling partners. It's our first time in Sigil.
Yes, I know who you are.
Oh, wow.
Everyone knows who you are.
Who's everyone?
Everyone in Sigil, of course.
That's unlikely. I don't. You can't remember that many people. That's not possible.
Oh God.
No, you four are participating in the Pangusticon.
The what about the Hawawa?
How did you?
The Pangusticon,
Is that like the
competition. You recognize that as
No, I don't remember that name. Gwen doesn't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
How did
Don't
he
mind her,
know?
she's terrible.
I have been anticipating this very, very long time.
Well, nice to meet you, Rolo.
It's Royo.
Oh, Royo. I'm sorry. Like
There are two L's.
that.
You
Royo.
roll the L.
Yeah. Ruben's mouth isn't shaped the right way.
We all just.
He keeps trying to do it, it just doesn't happen.
But you have come. You have come to Royo's for a taste of his curiosity. Yes.
Yes.
Sounds delicious.
Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Are you or wanting to leave it up to chance?
I need something that can help my eyeballs see better than my friends see.
He looks around, kind of pulls out. He pulls out like this weird looking box and just kind of shuffles it around on the table. And he looks at you. He's like, "I have no interest in monetary trades, so I'm more interested in
Souls.
secrets."
Oh,
Oof, not souls.
Oh,
good. Wow.
Captain always told me to get nervous around dudes in stores that didn't like money.
Yeah, you can't trust a man that doesn't want money.
I would like you to tell me one thing about someone you've wronged.
Mm.
And this can't be the people at the distillery.
Oh.
Oh.
Guys, he knows.
Oh,
Can I roll to check for a wire?
Check for creepy action at a distance.
And he shakes the box. He shakes the box again. He's like, "Please, tell me something dastardly. Tell me a story."
Oh, the bird ate a person once. I saw him do it.
Okay.
It was a finger.
First of all,
I am not.
It wasn't an
I
nephew's
want
fault.
to know about something you did to someone. Something terrible. He shakes the box again. Tell me.
I'm gonna nudge 7 in the ribs.
And he looks at you, Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you
What?
first.
Right.
He shakes the box. You know you want to.
Let's see. I made a deal with an immortal dragon once.
Hey, not all dragons are bad. Ruben resents that.
I'm more interested in stories about people wrong way.
People I've wronged.
Tell me something terrible.
God, you got a real fucking issue with this, buddy.
Just this week. Maybe next week it would be something different.
You are a weirdo.
I elbow Gwen. I'm like, come on. It can't be that bad.
I'm nice.
Oh, wait, are we not laughing?
No, I've never done anything mean to anyone.
That is patently absurd. He shakes. Surely you have wronged someone in some way.
Ruben like shoves Gwen aside. He's like, I gotta know what's in the box. Okay. I confess. I was in the university, the Fighters University, good old FU, and we had a project. It was a class project. I was in charge, and instead I went to the goblin races and super lost the team's money. And we definitely failed that class project.
So, who was the maddest on your?
Oh, it was definitely that elf.
What was his name?
Oh, Farland. Oh, Farland Morningstar. Oh, fucking hated his face though. He had it coming.
Okay, that was a great story. You can reach an X. And he holds it out to you.
Oh,
So
I
roll a d20.
1d20.
Ooh. So you reach your hand inside. Oh, shit.
It's a claw, but close enough.
Everything you and you pull out a small bottle of kind of like just wonderful smelling perfume. He's like, "Ooh, that is a fun little ditty there. That is perfume of bewitching. This tiny vial contains magic perfume enough for one use. You can use the potion to apply the perfume to yourself, and the effects last 1 hour for the duration. You have advantage on all charisma checks directed at humanoids challenge rating 1 or lower. Those subjected to the perfume's effects are not aware they've been influenced by magic."
Okay. Well, Ruben kind of is like, I'm not sure I actually need this, but he's totally pocketing it. But he's playing it off like, we'll see. I'm naturally bewitching.
It's just okay.
Who's next?
Me! Crack Sizzle, jumping up and down.
All right.
Thrilled.
Tell me a story.
Once I ate, and then I look at 7, a cat. A full cat. When I
7 years go back.
He looks at you unimpressed.
It wasn't my cat to eat, though. I stole it
From who? And
from
then he
the
leans
innkeeper's little daughter.
forward. What was her name? And how long ago
Diana.
was this?
This would be 6 years ago, and her name was
she might
Diana.
have grown up a little bit by now.
Definitely, unless she died in the
Probably
cold.
thirsty for revenge.
Definitely racist towards kinkers.
And he holds the box forward. You can reach in.
Okay, and I roll a d20 to.
Yep.
I have more to that story, but I will save that for another.
Ooh.
I think it's a random number.
Please continue your story. I want to hear the whole story.
Yes, please keep going
Oh,
with it.
okay. So, when Crack Sizzle was a touring chef for the monasteries, he would stay with the tithes that they were given at the other monasteries by the servants of Florian, the Kinku god.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so with the money that he got from his monastery, he stayed at this inn, and he felt slighted by the innkeeper, so he ate the innkeeper's daughter's cat.
Ruben's just like, oh, that escalated quickly.
Yes. And then I wink at 7. Like you could, like I could eat you too.
Any response?
So
7.
you
Hang on, Carlos. And
You,
7. Any response?
7 yawns.
scratch.
He's not even
Showing his teeth.
7 has eaten
Okay.
birds for breakfast.
So yeah, you find it's like a small packet, just like a little small pouch, and inside is some dust. And he looks at that and he's like, "Ooh, don't waste that. That is a dust of dryness."
Dust of dryness.
And
I can
so,
tell you about dust of dryness.
We call that deodorant. Where I
It's like a ShamWow.
no, you can use this action to sprinkle a pinch of it over water. The dust turns a cube of water 15 feet on a side. A cube of water 15 feet on a side into one marble-sized pellet, which floats or rests near where the dust was sprinkled. The pellet's weight is negligible, and you can use the action to smash the pellet against a hard surface, causing it to shatter and release the water the dust absorbed. Doing so ends that pellet's magic.
Wow, how ironic, guys. I have a ring of swimming and the dust of dryness now.
I don't know what irony means.
All right. Who's next?
Ooh, I'll say. Oh, I just remembered.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me,
so
Gwen.
this one
It
time.
better be terrible.
It's really bad. This one time. So I've got this thing that I do where I like grab someone's face and like push them away from me. It's pretty great. So this one time.
Yes, I've heard it's kind of your thing, Gwen.
I was standing at the top of a hill. There was some very short person talking to me, and I was very annoyed by what they were saying. I'm not sure who they were, but I just heard them talking behind me. So
Was this a short person by normal people standards or by your people standards?
That's never thought about that.
And that's why you're a terrible person,
Let's
Gwen.
say like waist level to me, so like maybe 4 or 5 feet tall, probably.
So
yeah.
like an elf,
like a child.
or a child.
So I tried something new I'd never done before. I tried a behind the back face palm where I don't look at the person and push them away. And I did that, I pushed them away, but I didn't realize that they were standing on the edge of a hill. So I turned around to see this person cartwheeling and head over heels down this hill, and they go off of a small ledge after they quit rolling, and they fall into the back of a manure cart. Spooks the horse. Horse takes off.
Also poop some more.
Yes.
He is staring at you, rapt. He's like, and then
I ate lunch.
Well, can't say much for the climax, but it was pretty. He shakes the box and
Okay, I'll put my big old finger in there.
It gets stuck.
Okay. You pull out a small pouch. And when you open it up, it appears empty.
Is there like a spoon in it, like a little tiny spoon?
pouch.
Nope.
Nice pouch.
Rollo whispers in your ear. He's like, "What's your favorite spice?
What?
What's your favorite spice?"
So, salt?
So when you say salt, the little pouch fills with a pinch of salt.
Oh.
That's nice.
Turmeric.
Yeah, you want to say turmeric?
Turmeric. No, clove.
Clove. Okay. Ground or whole?
Sliced.
So a pinch of sliced.
Boo.
Okay, so now this is in the what's it called? Xanathar's, but it's Heward's handy spice pouch.
Oh, cool.
So this belt pouch appears empty and has 10 charges. While holding the pouch, you can use an action to spend one of its charges. Speak the name of any non-magical food seasonings, such as salt, pepper, saffron, or cilantro. And you could actually make a killing with this, because you could just like keep saying saffron and then sell that shit, because that stuff's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're going to franchise now.
Yeah. And remove a pinch of the desired seasoning from the pouch. A pinch is enough to season a single meal. The pouch regains 1d6 plus 4 expended charges daily at dawn.
Cool.
You got a little spice pouch. Hayward's handy spice pouch. Yeah, it's in Xanathar's, which you have, right? Yeah.
H-E-Y or H-A-Y?
H-A-Y.
Okay.
And then he looks at you, Seven. He's like, "Here, kitty." Meow.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
All right. Seven has also wronged Minnie, an innkeeper, but once the innkeeper's son.
No, don't tell that story. Don't tell that story. Tell the other one.
No. This is the story I tell.
Gwen
Innkeeper's son
rolls her eyes. He's told the story 10 times.
Innkeeper's son tied a bell to my tail while I was asleep. It annoyed Seven greatly, so Seven defecated and marked his territory in the child's sleeping box.
Say mouth. I was like, this is gonna get real weird.
Sleeping box! He's like, you shit in someone's bed. And he jingles the box in front of you.
Put my paw in there and reach out.
It's a little box. And inside, and well, on the front, just kind of like burnt into the wood. It just kind of like the wood burning art. Is a picture of like a really strong, like giant size looking dude, and it just says Giant's Kit on it. And inside is a potion of Hill Giant Strength and a potion of Growth.
Seven sniffs and smells the box.
It's a fine wood, nice smelling wood. It's like Rollo puts the box under the table again. He's like, well, that's enough for next week, but over this week, I do have a request of you when you go on your journey to wherever you're going, which I definitely don't know anything about.
Uh-huh.
I need you to find a particular ring.
A ring of swimming.
What kind of ring?
Is it a wet swimming ring?
It's just a small ring. It's has like a purplish gem with some gold inlay across it. You'll know it when you see it.
Would you bite off a finger to take it?
What?
Would you bite off a finger to take it?
Would I?
Yes.
We all know what he would do. Crack Sizzle
I would absolutely bite off a finger to take it. Is it worth it to you to bite off a finger to have them?
He's looking for your permission.
You can bite off whatever appendages.
Perfect!
Oh,
we'll do
man.
it!
It's gonna be a penis ring. Ruben knows it. He just knows it.
And he's like,
Well,
well,
practice.
carry on. I look forward to your performance.
I like the burp at the end. That was
All right, so
Carlos, weren't you going to tell them about who might have this ring?
yes, I can
The
tell you
finger
one
we can bite off.
little detail. This ring is in the possession of, and he just sort of like groans, Mind Flayer.
Oh, is that it?
Oh.
It's a simple task. But
well. It was nice knowing you all. Bye.
if you bring me back this ring intact, I'll give you this mystery box.
Ruben does gasp a little bit.
What's in the box, man?
Or would it be more appealing if I called it a loot box?
That's bad.
No.
Seven hisses.
It slaps a little bit.
No, but it is. He does put a sizable like silver chest on the table, and he like lovingly strokes it. And you notice for the time his canines are elongated and very sharp looking. And yeah, so but it's if you get him that ring, you get whatever's in that box.
We should show him the map. Is he the one that gave us the map? Does he know this guy that...
Don't show the nice man the shitty map.
It's the best map ever. It says so on the map itself.
Listen, you rolled like a 20 on that. You know that thing's bullshit.
I know, but I think that he was giving us the map to he's
So before you guys really know what's going on, and it's a sort of a strange sensation because it's you're in the middle of this conversation and suddenly you're outside, still in the middle of this conversation. Carry on.
See, what did I? Dang it! This is the best map ever. It warps us outside.
I don't think
I don't.
Yeah, you hold on to that map, buddy.
Yeah, you hold on to it. That's your map now.
You're the Mapton now.
So you guys have a couple of other destinations. Where would you like to go next?
I think the Mystical Fineries could be interesting if we... Does anyone else have any custom things that they need? Or
Yeah, I've got something that I need to talk to someone about.
All right. I concur.
the king who
Alright.
confers. We have consensus.
So you guys kind of wander
about
through the
Seven?
market this time, keeping a kind of a closer watch on your pockets. And you come to a small, ornate-looking tent with a luxurious, like, silken cloth door. And it's like beautiful cloth walls are woven in alternating greens and blues. It looks not unlike like a tent at a medieval fair, and it has a lovely and exquisitely carved sign reading Gabbett, Garneth, and Gansel Mystical Fineries.
All right, guys, try not to be embarrassing this time. This place seems pretty fancy.
Shit, too late.
No promises.
So are you guys going in?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you pass down inside the flap, you're in sort of this like cloth hallway leading down some stairs. You end up onto a stone cobblestone or a stone floor in a square surrounded on three sides by counters. And from there, the room fans out into a round shape divided into three wall-less sections. To your right is it's an alchemist's dream. Shelves upon shelves of potions, bags of herbs, preserved oddities. You see an Eladrin elf sniffing the fumes off a glowing green potion. She corks it and hides it on the shelf when she sees you. She smiles, and you can see her pupils are dilated, but kind of different sizes. In the middle, you see quite a sight. It's a great roaring forge and anvil, molds, fully equipped, well-stocked workshop. And at the forge, pulling a mighty-looking axe from the fire, is a dwarf. But not like any dwarf you've ever seen. Its skin looks cast in bronze. Its hair and beard is like a mane of flame. And as it continues to the work, you look to the left, and you see a pile of like loose books and scrolls, and beyond that is a vast arcane workshop. You see a wizened but particularly severe-looking gnome with no hair and slate-gray skin. He barks a command at a pair of skeletons who are carrying a large iron tube with lots of dents pushing outward. And the skeletons plant the tube on a stand. You can see it as a window, but the green gas inside prevents you from seeing its contents.
Needless to say, this shop is much bigger than the tent would have indicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've seen this trick already.
Yeah. So this seems to be a common theme in Sigil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's almost.
people keep fucking with my sense of perception.
We just all need glasses, guys.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
I'll go up to the Eladrin, and I'll say, "Good day. Which of the G's are you?"
I am Ilara Gabbett.
Nice to meet you.
How can I serve such famous company?
Oh, well,
We're famous.
sick.
I mean, I know I'm famous, guys. You're the ones that aren't used to it.
How? We have to become more famous.
It's great, isn't it?
It's so good.
I'll say, well, it seems like everyone in this city knows who we are, so our employer told us to come out into the city and to gather supplies for the competition.
Yes, of course.
We've never done this before, so we're not.
Those Rhagnuuls, boys! And you see the fiery dwarf like put his hammer down and look at you guys.
Don't mind him. He's... well, never mind. How can I help you?
I have for a while. I've been looking for having a specific item crafted. I'm not quite sure what you may know it as, but I've heard of it referred to as the Rod of the Pact Keeper.
That sounds like somewhat common. I imagine there are several of these sort of things rolling around. That's a little bit boring, don't you think?
Well,
Ruben just whispers, "Burn! Burn! Dragon burn!"
Well, I mean, the Azer is on board with burn, Carlos.
yeah, I was gonna say. I'd say, well, I am I'm of limited means currently. Perhaps after the competition, I might have a bit more coin rolling around, but in the meantime, that is what I'm looking for. Is that something you might be able to provide?
That's a little bit beneath me, don't you think?
I mean,
Garner, he wants a warlock wand. What do you think?
That's it?
It's
kind of boring.
I once turned a small halfling and took its essence and created a fine wine. And the fine wine was drunk by a very, very important noble on my world. And you know what he said? He said it was just fine.
well, I'm sure I would appreciate any work you would do for me much more than that person ever did. Doesn't that bring you any kind of joy to have your hard work rewarded with appreciation from your customers?
No, not
okay,
really.
Well, then do you fucking want my money or not?
It depends. You see, I am the alchemist of our group here.
Okay, so I shouldn't talk to you then. Okay, who do I need to talk to?
Well,
You're the worst customer ever.
you might, this is the sort of thing that, lower tier sorts would just buy. I am engaged in finding a simple, pure, universal essence of the world. I transmute.
Oh, get off your high horse. Just wants to huff her potions all day. Ugh.
Well, my potions are far better than anything this lot might exude, if you will.
At that moment, Ruben slaps down the Minotaur member onto the table.
Now you're talking.
Interesting. And what might this become?
You usually said come.
Ruben really tries not to say anything because he was cursed not to say anything. But you can see it playing across his face. He's trying desperately to say something and he just can't.
I'm sure quite an essence might be harvested from such a member, if you will.
Too hard.
So what are we talking here? You're obviously the expert.
I imagine this could be distilled into quite the potion. If you would leave it with me, I can make you a batch of something special to drink.
Okay.
Is that all you require?
Well, there will be payment upon delivery, of course. But providing me with this essence here that you have, there is lots to work with.
And I mean, she looks at the rest of you expectantly, as if maybe you have other ingredients that might be useful. Maybe, I don't know. Do you?
I'll pull out. Yeah, I'll pull out. I'll just sort of, in my one hand, I'll pull out. I'll pull out the Minotaur horns, the two Gorgon horns, and then also the Spectator eye stalk.
Wait, so we're just getting one potion or one rod this thing?
No. She is an alchemist, so you're just giving her stuff, and you're gonna leave it with her,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll come back tomorrow, ostensibly,
Okay.
and get potions from her.
Well, perfect. So I will hand her the Beholder eye stalk that I took.
So you're handing her 2 Minotaur horns, 2 Gorgon horns, a Minotaur penis, and 2 Beholder eye stalks?
Yep.
Or Spectator eye stalks? Great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Says I can work
Right.
with this. That's I'll see what I can do. Anything else?
I'll say, well, getting back to my wand, is that something you can help me out with? Or
You need to
where
see
do
a
we-
doctor for that.
Yeah.
I
do we
recommend
land?
you search out an existent
Oof.
little bauble to buy.
Oof, God, you are trying.
Give me the business.
There's 3 people in this room. You don't have
I
to
lean
ask
in and
her.
I want to. I ask basically, what can you tell me about the gnome in the corner with the weird gear?
Oh, that's Belwer. He's he thinks that he can tap into some eternal essence of the world and find immortality and yada yada yada.
Hmm.
I definitely have no idea what that's like to listen to.
Where did
Belwer, he glances over his shoulder sharply at these comments and returns to his work. He's responding is beneath him.
Which is impressive for a gnome.
Oh, actually, just sort of side note here for a second. Where did we? So with my shield, where did we end up with that? Do I need to have someone now that it's currently a shield, but it's got its like sort of original property to it?
Yeah, so now
To
it's
get
just a shield.
Okay. Okay.
But it is considered an exotic shield in
Yeah.
terms of like its value. So
Mhm.
And this artificer guy, this dwarf,
Mhm.
is the kind of person who could turn it into
A
something
spell guard.
more.
Okay. Cool.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait.
Do you have any recommendations about where any stores in the bazaar that I could, try and find my little trinket?
I don't know. Doesn't your boss have some smugglers or something who, gathers little trinkets like this?
I lean over to Crack Sizzle. Check the best map.
Oh yes.
Look, don't mind her. She's just a little coarse.
She
I
seems
should
pretty
just
high
explain-
right now.
I should
Yeah.
just explain what we do. We're
I
more
think
in
it's a
the
little nice.
custom item business. If you have a special request, something that might take some effort and time to make, maybe combining a few different disciplines of magic and alchemy and forging, those are the kind of things we do. We, the little things, the Sigil is lousy with items.
Okay.
But if you
I'll-
want something special made, you come to us.
Something bold. Something brazen. I like this place. I like it a lot.
I'll take my shield off my back.
Oh,
Can you do any work with this?
yeah. This is a beautiful piece. What are you thinking about doing with it?
It works great right now for, it works great, but just every once in a while it does this thing where it like almost kills like my friends.
Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Hurts like hell.
I'd like to do something maybe to retain some of the original properties, but
Can we put a
sorta-
muffler on this thing?
Yeah.
That's what we want. Is a muffler, a
That's
magical
what-
muffler.
We put a suppressor on this thing.
I guess what are you asking? You want me to like pull the magic out of it?
Not necessarily. I don't know. Would I know what a spell guard shield is? Like, I want to make it into a spell shield. That's what I would do, without knowing how to say that in terms that he would understand.
What is? So I think that's a pretty spendy item right now.
It is, but I already have like the major component of it, and what it kind of does is it basically just neutralizes that sort of random thing that happens when a spell gets cast at it.
Yeah, okay. Well, you'd have to leave this shield with me for a while, and it would still run you about and he kind of he kind of like counts on his fingers about 13,000 jink.
Ooh.
Okay, well, I will be back.
Yeah. I mean, it's payment on delivery, so if you want to just leave this with me.
Oh no, I need this.
Beautiful.
Okay. But once I have the money, I'll be back for sure. Thank you.
All right. Well, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, does anybody else want to do a thing with the bright and shiny
Look,
man?
and I should say, if there's any potions, just general potions and scrolls that you guys are looking for, these two can sell those things to you. Don't let them just be on my horse about custom items. They have some basic stock. So if you guys need to find if there's some potions you want to buy, like heal potions. I mean, I know you didn't use any last time, but I would gauge that since Mike and I have compensated for how handily dealt with every.
Crack Sizzle runs up and grabs the collar of the person that sells potions and says, "Anti-petrification potions." Now.
What is this? What are you doing? Why are you so close to me? I don't like this.
Can you smell the stone on my breath? I need anti.
No sudden movement. He's been known to eat cats.
Well, if you were petrified, a restoration would rectify that sort of thing.
Give it here.
You have a scroll of greater restoration.
Is it? Do you need greater?
Yeah, to get out of petrification, it's greater.
We need one of these guys. I know it's probably pretty expensive, but we need to have one, I think.
Ooh, they might be able to make it out of the... Maybe. I don't know.
What? Out of the items?
Well, like a component to like an anti petrification scroll or something.
Well, I was gonna say, like, greater restoration is a great catch-all. Just metagaming here. It's a way out of a lot of problems.
Yeah,
so he's
I
not
think
wrong.
that's the.
Well, so she says, I have one potion of greater restoration, and I will sell it to you for 300 gold.
I'll take it.
Whoa, wait.
Wait, does Crack Sizzle just hold out his wing towards the money? Whoever has the wallet?
Yeah. Like, I gesture over to Gwen, like I am
You guys have an interplanar wallet.
freeway.
You all reach into the same pocket all when you're pulling out money.
Kinky, I love it.
I want this so bad.
Okay, for the record, that's half our gold, just for the record.
300 gold? No, I thought we had...
Is it? You have 2,000.
We have tons of gold.
No, silver.
No, we have 2,000.
2,000. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go for it.
All right.
And then in gold.
But we couldn't
So
get
you
that
have
right
almost-
now. We'd have to come back for it. Or does he have
We can
it?
get that
No,
right now.
she has that on hand. She
Okay.
has one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she says, I'll have you know, this potion contains 100 gold worth of diamond dust, just as an ingredient. Not only the expertise to create it, so I'll thank you not to balk at prices.
You can also see, like, on the shelves, number of, like, what you would think are heal potions and like anti-poison, like antidotes and stuff like that. So you guys are headed off into the great unknown. So
Well, Ruben's still over near it's a dwarf, right, at the forge?
A dwarf with fire for hair and beard, yes.
and he's made
Amazing.
of bronze.
He's an Azer.
I pull out my rapier, and man, I love your style. I'm just wondering, see, my captain always said, a sword is your best friend, and I love my friend, but it can only stab so many things. And I want it to be able to stab all of the things. Is there anything we can do about that?
Oops. Sorry.
Oh no, what happened? I heard a bloop.
You attack him! No! No!
I wanted to
You
look
attack him again!
No!
What are you doing, Ruben?
The glove, if the sword doesn't fit, you must acquit. And I can.
What are you asking?
I've heard tell that adding silver to the mix on a weapon like this can kill even more things than just steel.
No, you want to silver your sword?
Potentially, but I mean, I'm also rather new to this place, so I don't know if there's many creatures and many monstrosities. I mean, you have more experience than I. I mean, what can you do for a sword like this to make it even?
Yeah, I mean, if they provide the silver, it's not a big deal. He also could offer the service of making adamant blades.
Ooh.
That sounds fancy as fuck.
That's the other option is to make adamant blades.
Oof.
I'm adamant about stabbing things.
I
I want a sword that knows what it's doing.
That's a timely process, though, right? That's not something that can be done today or in the next 2 days, or is it?
If they wanted him to make an adamant sword in a couple of days, he could do that. That's not
Okay.
That's not a huge deal.
So is that what you
Well, what is that?
you're looking for your stabbier, huh?
Stabbier. Very stabbier.
Um,
Right, guys? We're in favor of stabbing, right?
More stabby. More stabby.
I could adamant this blade if you're interested.
I wonder if Ruben pretends to know what that means, or if Matthew should Google it.
What does it do exactly, Mike? I feel like it just gives you advantage on attacks, or
So it's like for adamantine armor. So you know how there's like a lot of creatures like golems and whatnot that they have resistance to non-adamant, non-magic weapons, basically.
oh yes. Yeah, and adamant hits magical things that can only be hit by magical things too, right?
Okay, so it's like an even better silver.
Yeah.
So if you already have a weapon, he'll adamant it for 200 gold.
I will. I hold out my sword. I might be gentle. She's been good to me.
Is anybody else?
If you already have a magic weapon, that's better than adamant.
I don't want to. Okay, good.
I'll just
Yeah.
sort of mindlessly pop my weapon in and out of its pocket dimension just over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all can't do that, you know. Quit rubbing it in.
Indeed.
So you are gonna leave your rapier with him, though.
I think so. I think adamantine A sounds really
And
cool.
then,
Indeed.
Brian, do you want to get your chain adamantized?
So like, what would that do again? It just like
It makes
nullifies critical
it
hits.
nullifies critical hits against you
and it's 400 gold.
to take your chain shirt.
Sure.
Okay. Let's we'll take it out of the loot to sell bangles, so we'll take 2 of your gold bangles out of there. So, you guys leave the. I mean, I guess. Do you want to leave? Do you want to look at?
Before I go, Ruben had one thought. Are we the first people from this competition to pop in here? And I try to. Ruben tries to pronounce it. Pangusticon.
We don't talk about our. We have a pretty exclusive business, and we don't like to get information out about the people who shop here.
Come
You
on.
yourselves will benefit from that.
But Ragnar, he is he's a special client to us, and that is why you're welcome here.
All right. Okay. Ruben sort of walks backwards, like, huh?
Okay. So you guys make your way out of the proper part of the bazaar where there's just like crowds and tents and madness everywhere. So a couple blocks away, tucked into a small dark alley, you kind of finally find your way
and see this little sign wreathed in ever-burning flame. And it says Elapids in a flowing script. And there's nobody around. It's oddly quiet here. The windows in this restaurant are dark and uninviting. Though you can hear some music and some noises, people talking from inside. But it doesn't seem like the kind of place that is commonly known or well trafficked. A sign on the door says that diners are advised reservations only, no walk-ins. And so you guys are outside, and you're standing next to the sign and this big heavy door, and are left to look at each other to take action.
I knock the secret knock that everyone always knows. Bop, 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 bop.
Roll. No, we should roll for a check.
A latch, like a sliding latch that's about 4 feet off the ground, a little too low for comfort, slides open, and a voice says, "Reservations?" And something Carlos forgot to tell you.
Oh yes, because I was not looking at this section of the notes.
Which Rhagnuul included instructions to say that there's a code word to get into Elapids. So he told you to say Rhagnuul sent us to taste the Elorian pie.
Okay. Rhagnuul sent us to taste the Elorian pie.
And he says that in his Rhagnuul imitation.
Yeah, exactly like Rhagnuul would have said it.
All right, the latch snaps shut, and for a little moment, you're not too sure if that worked or not. But you hear some clicking, some clacking from the doors, and inside you see this really burly, wide dwarf standing at the door, as wide as the door, and just like rippling with muscles, barely fitting into this, black suit that he's wearing, and he seems pretty uncomfortable. He looks at all the four of you, and he just hooks his finger over his shoulder and says, "You gotta talk to Shahira." So he points you towards the bar at the back.
Lead the way, gun show.
No, that's not how this works. He points you towards the bar at the back of the room. You see there's about 20 tables in this room, some booths at the sides, and it's very dimly lit, and a bar at the back. And there's a half-orc woman playing the lute in the corner quite well, actually. She seems quite skilled in just playing some elaborate little runs, and as no one's particularly paying too much attention to her. At the tables, you see there's about 4 tables sat with parties that are actually dining and eating food. So you think this place actually is a restaurant. You weren't totally sure coming in. But there's also a small crowd of people hanging out in the back at the bar, looking kind of shady. So when you head towards the back, you see Shahira is a human woman, and she's wearing this blood red silk jacket that looks incredibly expensive, over some very kind of practical looking, just dark pants blouse kind of thing. And everybody at the bar kind of gives her 5 or 10 feet of space. The other people at the bar, they're kind of talking and, quietly kind of joking with each other, but everybody seems to give this woman quite a bit of room. And she has an air of authority, and that she seems to kind of expect a respectful people to be approaching her. And as you guys walk towards her, she raises a kind of challenging eyebrow, as if to say, like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you're walking up to me?" So that's what you see, and it's a little bit unnerving.
These people, you assume, are brokers in their own worlds, certainly.
I stroll right up and hold out I guess, is it a hand? Maybe it's a talon. I don't know. Reuben Silverfang. We're expected.
You must be Rhagnuul Monster Squad. What'll it be?
A bunch of weirdos.
That's a bit of an understatement.
He's not wrong.
Gee.
Hmm.
What can I do you for? Rhagnuul sent you. Obviously, that means you might know something.
Hmm.
We were told that you know how you have ways of getting your hands on all kinds of necessities.
Yeah. Anything you need, you talk to me first. Decide if it's worth our time to pick up, and give you a quote.
Who's your tailor? Because that red capey thing is delightful.
Well, it's a secret.
Oh, I love secrets, and he gets on a
Yeah,
stool.
it wouldn't be such an exclusive fashion item if everybody knew where to get one.
Ah, come on. You can trust me.
No.
I spin a little on the stool, and I spin away, and I had to kind of scoot back into view.
Oh, spin too far. Oh, too far. I'm coming around.
Yep.
I'm coming around.
Wait, come back around. And then I sort of lean on the bar like I meant to do it.
I'm very busy drinking here. So, is there something you need?
Come on,
That
fellas,
is
you guys
why
need-
you came here.
I'll ask about the wand that I had previously inquired about. If she knows where to get something like that.
Yeah, that could be arranged. Let me think about the price for a moment, Mike. If you want to go into the little chat thing while I finish up the rest of this, and she looks at the rest of you. Anything else? Any other requests? Magic items, basic items, supplies.
I need an item that helps me see in the dark.
Damn it! I was going to do that.
2 items that help us.
That's we have a few different things we could offer you on hand right now, and then maybe one thing that might take a little bit more. And she she pulls a little kind of like tube out from her sleeve and unfurls a little scroll from it, and she looks at it and she's like, as for the rod, that would be 550 gold pieces. But for your darkness problems, I can offer you an ever-burning torch for 50 gold, a lantern of light with a hood and a bullseye for 200 gold.
I say lanterns usually do that. That's how those work.
A magical lantern of light.
Magic lantern.
Non-fire kind of light.
Okay.
A gem of brightness, a lantern of revealing, which is an oil-fed light that reveals invisible creatures. Or if you're of the more discerning type and willing to have some underhanded dealings done on your, possibly scrounge some goggles.
What was that one? You cut out the goggles
of night.
Right.
Goggles, dark vision, essentially.
Those sound right up Ruben's alley.
So, Gwen, do you have the ability to see invisible creatures already?
No, you don't have true sight.
I don't. I have devil's sight, which I can see. I see normally in darkness, non-magical and magical.
But yeah, it doesn't do any invisibility thing.
Yeah, no. I think.
But okay, so here's what I'll do. I'm gonna just put these. Oh shit. Oh, wait, I can open Discord on here.
You broke it, Carlos. Put it in the session notes.
Okay, yeah, where the
Session.
In theory, everyone has the session notes open, right?
That's
You
exactly
guys,
where I am.
you guys, everybody.
Look at how much stuff we put in there, okay? Calm the fuck down.
Let's see, where is it? Where are the session notes?
I need like 30 screens. That's my big.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't see
know.
the session notes.
They're in the. It's in the PC folder. Session notes, chapter 1, session 1, with the date.
I totally
God,
don't
it's
see
the
that.
23rd. Jesus Christ.
Carlos, get with the
It's not
program.
in here. Oh, session notes. There we go. It's a
Get with
folder
the
within.
program.
The
We have
10
so many
program.
programs. We are not want for programs. Get with one of them.
Okay, so.
Do you want me to do it, Carlos?
Oh, I got it. I got it.
There you go.
So those are the price points for those things. Those light items. Because we thought you might want some.
Yeah, I want them dark vision goggles. Underhanded is Ruben's middle name.
Those are really expensive,
Yeah, but they look fantastic.
but they have to be stolen. We could just steal dark goggles of the night.
I don't know about you, but that pain lady sounds like the worst. I'd much rather someone else get fucked.
Hmm.
Wait, so hold on.
Go ahead.
Crack Sizzle leans into the lady and steal everything local.
Is this local?
Is this a local? Yeah. Is this a locally farmed goggles of night?
Yes.
We don't reveal our sources.
Don't be impolite, bird.
I'm a farm to table kind of bird.
I'm sorry about him. He gets like this.
Look, do you want anything or not?
He's
So-
free range.
All right. Well,
You guys also general stuff you can get from them. And then Ryan, you know how much yours is.
550.
So the goggles on night, the 700 gold includes the charge to steal them. The cartel also offers the service of selling you the information of who has them, and then you can steal them yourselves should you so desire. Not that that's recommended.
We could, Craig says, we could buy one set of goggles and then split
And
them
then share them?
into monocles.
Oh,
Doesn't work like that.
I'm kind
You
of
only
behind.
get dark vision for.
I'm kind of behind striking a really complicated deal with Ruben where we get like split a child's custody kind of with the goggles.
Well, you
Like,
can
you
get a
get-
couple things.
You get
I mean-
Mondays and Tuesdays.
You guys have.
You could also use a fucking torch, you know? There's like light that comes from fire.
See, the
Use
thing
a
is, in
torch.
Ruben's line of work, like being lit up is the fucking worst. He brought a torch to a siege once, and it was terrible.
Seems like a bad idea. I say we could get a lantern because it has a hood.
Does my lantern already have a hood?
You already
I
have a
thought-
lantern?
I do have a lantern, but the
So
hood is a
jealous.
nice addition.
Is my wand on hand?
It will have to. No, it will have to be. Basically, the way that she explains is that it's a dead drop. So you'll pay for it now, and trust that you will at a later time get it.
Yeah, they contact you with a location where you go pick it up.
Okay.
The gem of brightness, so like it's a limited use item essentially, but like casting light from it is unlimited as long as it has charges. The charges are all used to cast like blinding lights on things.
Kind of might
That's
be down
pretty
for the
good.
dark vision scroll instead, or potion, whatever that is.
Well, but those are one-time
The
use.
one time.
I know, I understand.
Yeah, they don't last that long.
Mm-mm.
I think the most bang for a buck is the ever burning torch.
Yeah, so dark vision, the spell lasts 8 hours.
So with an ever-burning torch, can you put it out if you want to?
Uh-huh.
And then you can relight it.
It's basically like a magical flare. And so like you hit the button, it blasts out flame, casts light. You hit the button again, it turns off, just like that.
See, and then I pull Ruben aside. With these couple weirdos we got, Grandma and the kitty cat, you don't need to see in the dark all that much, unless we really gotta see in the dark. So an ever-burning torch would be pretty handy.
Well, I would counter with, she may have dementia, and that's a cat. I've seen that thing just go around and rub up against. If I'm on a dark mountaintop, and they're the only things I'm trusting, you might be right about the ever-burning torch.
Let's go with an ever-burning torch.
You want
Just
one or
one?
two?
Two.
But Ruben kind of sighs to himself. Or the goggles.
You can buy some goggles if you want, just gotta
Yeah,
pay
you guys
pay
have the
moolah.
money.
Yeah.
You have 2,000 gold left
I'm
We
gonna
have 2,000 gold left.
Yeah.
basically.
between the bangles and the gold. Yeah.
I'm going to get my rod, but I'll take the gold out of our bangles and stuff, and then just reduce our gold total by 50.
Okay. So all your bangles are gone.
Is there any way to haggle in this game? Is it rolls or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe that it is
Persuasion.
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 What's your angle?
Well, I mean, we're about to go off onto a glorious adventure with a great many strange things at our disposal, so we could always maybe bring something back for you guys. And if you make our job easier, I mean, everybody wins.
Hmm. What are you proposing that you bring back?
I mean,
Oh, no, I haven't. We obviously, you need dead drop agents. What are you looking for?
yeah, we take requests.
We're already
Mm.
looking for some wacky ring that I have to bite someone's finger off.
Listen, my
I'll definitely shoot
my
someone's finger
quest
off
menu
this
is very empty right now.
Well, I mean, I'm not asking for. I'm asking. You can offer me. You're just asking discount. Nothing.
No, we're offering to do a dead drop for you.
A
I don't know what the bird's saying. I am offering universe.
You're not really part of
potentials.
our organization. We're extending a trust to you as a courtesy to Rhagnuul, who is a friend of our organization. But I mean, the prices are as listed, unless you have something to offer in return.
You guys can roll persuasion if
Yeah.
you so desire, and you can offer up favors and things of that nature that could perhaps change the prices if you want to give it a shot, Ruben and a crack.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, we have some interesting access right now as champions of the.
Yeah, that thing.
That thing.
Wait,
Yes, that
persuasion?
thing.
You said persuasion, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Seven. Oh.
Tell you what. If you buy the goggles of the night, I'll throw in one ever-burning torch for free.
Ooh.
I lean over to the bird and I'm just like, so what do you think, man?
Yeah, do it.
Do the thing.
Pull the trigger.
All right, so you're doing the thing?
We're gonna do the thing.
Okay. So she like snaps and motions the bartender over, writes something down, and hands it to him. He reappears a moment later with a torch. Just looks kind of like a mundane looking, with a burnt up tip, and a note. She hands it to you. And the note is just a simple location and a time. and there's a small on it.
There's a what?
A small symbol on it,
Okay.
which I don't have a drawing of, but just know that there's a symbol on it that you will probably recognize when you see the dead drop.
Krrrtrwx tries to eat it, and I keep him from eating the note. Stop it.
All right.
I still have the map.
So now you have some. You're gonna get some goggles of darkness. Now only one of you is completely fucked. All right. Good job, guys.
And so the rod is going to also come with that, the goggles in the dead drop.
Okay. Any idea on ETA here, lady?
Oh, it'll be before you leave tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Is there anything else you require?
You guys want to stay and eat? Or should we get going?
Pull out my spoon and ask her to fill my spoon with wine.
She motions for the bartender. The bartender goes over and fills your spoon with wine.
All right.
Look, it's not the weirdest request we've ever gotten here.
7 licks up the wine from the spoon. Quite enthralled.
Is there? And Ruben is like kind of quiet on this. A how to cook book?
Oh,
Just some. I mean, if we're gonna be gone for a while, you might as well. I have plenty of time
like
to
a
read.
cook. Okay, yeah. Let's say there is a book for 5 gold that, if all of you are diligent about reading it by the end of this month, you'll have cooking tool proficiency.
I mean, I'm definitely. Ruben's going to. He's not going to admit it, but he's
Even if you don't, because like you sort of need it.
On the download, yeah.
You're buying a cookbook.
I'm
Like
Ruben-
secretly. Like we
Ruben
all
is secretly buying a cookbook.
bought a porn magazine.
Secret.
You guys can feel free to find it while we're on our adventure.
You hide it like conspicuously under your mat, sleeping mat. That's a good idea.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Any other requests from the Lapids?
I go up to the orc, playing the lute. Play along. Oh,
Oh God! Everyone just starts booing you. Just boo, boo.
Ruben starts
Even your own party, even
Get out of here.
Boo, kitty, boo.
Everyone starts throwing like bits of string and paper at you and crumpled up foil balls.
I don't know him. I don't know him.
All right. Well, you guys sit and you have a nice meal at a Lapids, and the food is quite good. For a place that doesn't seem to have a ton of business coming in on the food front. But yeah, and you sort of you stay.
You're welcome to go back to the 3Gs if there's
if
something
you
you want
wanted
to place
to.
an order after this point.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to move on.
I'm racking my brains, guys. I'm feeling pretty good, even though that's
What
probably a
a-
stupid way to feel.
How much gold do we have?
You have 1,400 left.
What do you guys think about me getting the 20 adamantium arrows?
That'd be pretty good.
I mean, it'll look fucking dope.
Well, since your bow is already magic,
And
you're
then
you're already able to overcome like resistance.
That
don't really need
resistance,
that.
yeah.
well, and then I was going to potentially. So I have a short sword and some daggers, and I was thinking maybe so that way I have a magic thing.
You're kind of breaking up, Matt.
Yeah, you broke up
Yeah,
there.
sorry, you broke up.
Adamantine's not great against certain magical things, so I was thinking about getting my other weapons silvered as well, just so that I have that covered.
Like a Witcher?
Yes, exactly like a Witcher.
Exactly.
I'm kind of behind that.
Sure, yeah.
Crack Sizzle's kind of into having a Witcher on our team.
Perfect.
All right. So you head back there, and the Azer, and silvering's not that expensive.
Perfect.
It'll cost you 500 silver.
Okay.
Because that's pretty much he's gonna melt that down and dip it in it,
Mhm.
then pound it out.
Oof, I love that phrasing. Perfect.
Yeah.
So you're gonna leave your
Um,
short sword with him. Is that what you said?
I think that makes more sense than my dagger.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more damage.
Yeah.
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 All right. Cool.
Thank you, guys.
You pound it out. That's how we do it in Sigil. We pound it.
I
we
give him
pound
a
it out.
thumbs up, and I'm like, "You keep on pounding that out. You pound it on out," and then I walk backwards again out of the store.
Cool.
That's
All
what's
right,
called
so-
classy. That's classy right there.
That's what I tell the group when I get out of there. Like, that's how you. That's how you react in a store. That's how you act. Like,
Very classy.
Crexus doesn't just repeat, pound it out, pound it
Very
out.
classy. Pound it out.
Pound it out.
Yes.
Pound it out. Right? Pound it out.
So classy. Classy.
Definitely not.
Ruben's family had a bag of holding, and he had a very terrible experience growing up where he
So,
would play hide and
Mike,
seek.
they rewound a bit to go place one more order in,
Mhm.
to get a bag of holding. So that was another 700 because that's an uncommon magic item. So
Well, and there's actually one more piece of flavor we forgot for Elapids, if we can do
A flavor in our cooking game?
Yeah,
what was that?
some flavor. If you want to savor that flavor.
Please make it
Yeah,
stop.
Okay.
yeah. No, I'm committed now. You can't.
No, please,
You won't.
please,
You
please
can't
stop
back
and move
down.
on while you are only slightly behind.
You can't back down once you're committed. Anyway, so at one point while you're talking to Shahira, she sort of inclines her head towards a man moving through the restaurant. You see this sort of kind of portly man who's decked out in multi-layered suits and robes with these bright patterned, clashing, exotic colors to them. It looks like they're made of like strange skins of monsters and various sort of animals, all sort of wrapped all around him, and he's just covered in jangly jewelry. He's this really sort of gaudy, ostentatious sort of person, but he walks with just pure confidence, not at all concerned about what anyone thinks of what he's up to.
Skin capes. Why didn't I ever think of that?
That's the boss. Anything you need, you talk to me first. If it's worth his time, I'll put you in touch.
I wouldn't be sure what I'd be touching with all of those different species, but that's good to know.
Yeah, and so you see the man. You know, he makes his rounds. He talks to some of the patrons, and moves through and passes out of the room. And when he opens the door to the back room, you see this other person. This sort of just a silhouette of a figure. And you see he's looking at these like little portal windows into other universes
Right.
that are streaming with numbers. And the door closes, and you're left to wonder what the fuck these guys are up to. That is all.
Wow. Numbers. I don't even know what those are. What weird symbols?
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me about that. I forgot to write that down.
Flavor over. Continue.
Oh, delicious. It was delicious. Well done.
All right. Well, so the next day, you go to the dead drop location, and it's like kind of a dumpster behind this tavern, and it has that symbol kind of scraped into the metal, and inside you find a small parcel with your items that you purchased.
No one's watching us, right?
Now, people are definitely watching you pick.
Hey, I'm just making sure that I have to roll.
Who are those fucking? Why are those celebrities digging through the trash? What a bunch of weird fucking celebrities digging through the trash.
Listen, we've fallen from grace.
You've lost reputation with everybody in town. It's like Stardew Valley. It's like Stardew Valley when they catch you trash.
Never had any.
But then you go and you pick up your items. The 3 Gs.
Sorry, my headset cut out. Did I miss
Oh.
anything?
Nope, you got your items.
They hate us for digging through the trash.
Yeah, everyone hates you for digging through the trash.
Did we go back to get the potions we were having brewed?
Oh yes, Michael. What potions did they have?
Yeah, what do we get?
What did they get from the Minotaur dick?
I feel like
Listen,
I feel like it's a longer term project than this. I feel like
Okay.
this is not a day turnaround kind of thing. I feel
Cool.
like the Minotaur dick, etc., are come back
When you
after
come-
kind of thing.
So the climax is later. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta wait for it.
Yeah.
Ruben gets that.
I swear this never happens. Okay, so all right, where are we now?
All right, so you guys gather in, the entryway of Rhagnuul's home, and he gathers you up, and he's like, "Ugh, we first have to head to the fest hall and fill out our paperwork."
Love paperwork.
Everyone has paperwork.
I gasped in a dramatic
he
fashion.
Paperwork.
No. So he ushers you along, and you guys, walk through this fucking weird city again, and you see the outside of the Civic Fest Hall, which is where you were before, which you didn't see the outside, and it is amazing. And it smells amazing outside. And it's not just one thing; it's everything. There are flowers growing up the side. There are sweet smells, and meats and smoky flavors, and all sorts of things that should clash, but are just creating this incredible feast for all of your senses. Visually, it's amazing. There's vines with different flowers of every color going up and down these columns. It's just it is decadent and embodied.
And everything smells like waffles.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, so having a
delicious.
stroke. Perfect.
Oh, I had a quick question. The mind flayer that we're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
keep an eye out for, I guess. Is he someone that the what's his name? Royo told us to look out for on our trip?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
cool.
somehow
Because
he
he knows-
seems to know where you're going, even though no one else seems to know where you're going. Don't question it. It's all
Okay.
natural.
So Rhagnuul leads you around the side, though, the main entrance where you can see the crowds pouring in. And as you guys approach the building, people flock towards you, and just bright lights flash at you, and you're not sure why, because cameras don't exist in this world, but it's happening. Just bulbs are going off, and it's blinding, and you get pushed into a back door, and you're kind of it's sort of stark, because inside it's a very cold, basic room, with a small stone table with a very thin, severe humanoid, one of which you've never really seen, but he has kind of sallow, yellowish skin, and his black hair is tied back in a tight top knot. And he looks at you with dark, beady eyes, as he looks over highly organized stacks of paperwork.
Chef Rhagnuul and his epic curiosities.
It's a workshop name.
Well, this will only take a moment. Please have a seat. He pulls out a large golden scroll case and twists off the top and unfurls a few inches of it onto the table, onto his desk in front of you. And next he pulls out a ornately carved black box and removes a quill and inkwell from it. Well, there we are. Please sign your names or marks here that you agree to the terms of the competition to participate and see it through to the end, and will not hold the competition liable for losses, etc. You'll take responsibility for your own actions during the competition, etc., etc. Please sign here. Thank you very much.
So seven rubs his face on the paper, marking his scent on there. I guess that's good enough for a signature.
Yeah, I'll sort of manhandle the pen and hold it like you kind of hold a knife. Just sort of
Carve.
Yeah, carve into the paper.
All right.
Ruben signs it with it's like a really long. It's like his full name, and it's very flourishy.
And also the sea snake in there, Ruben.
Yes, it says Ruben, Sea Snake, Silverfang.
Mm.
I draw a little
Right,
picture of a
long-
snake. And
Long, eloquent script. All right, and Crack.
Is this how we sign our names? Or
Yeah.
how we... All right, let me think how I want to do this.
I have an idea. If you don't,
Let's hear it, Ruben.
I think you should dip your beak into an ink well and just peck at it.
Because I copy mimicry, I'm gonna look at wins. Like I have mimicry, and I have a specialization in calligraphy from Kinsey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna copy Gwen's handwriting perfectly, but just spelling my own name.
Okay.
I'll give a point of inspiration to that. That's pretty cool.
So
I'm on board with that.
Rhagnuul looks at all of you, and he's like, "Did you even read the contract?
Can I even read?
you signed the EULA with thing?
Agree. Please
Agree. Agree. I just want to play the game."
All right.
I mean, paper's paper. Let's see them. I mean,
Make me.
So no, it's so Rhagnuul signs his name.
how dangerous can paper be?
The scroll just refurls, and
The man behind the desk, he says, thank you all very much. Please proceed to the arena. I wish you all good luck. Thank you, and good night.
Okay, bye.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, and carry on.
should we dump them in here?
Yeah. Dump them into...
Yeah.
TV's Guy Fieri.
You got it, Carlos? Okay, cool.
I think I got all of them.
I don't
Ruben.
see Ruben.
Yeah. Oh, there I am. You never
Alright.
will see me until you least expect.
So you guys gather in this arena again. You see assemble stage. You see the other teams filing in, and the audience just screaming like they are thirsty for blood, but cooking blood. And it's just it's like reaching a fever pitch when the announcer finally rings in. And he's like, "Welcome, Sigil, for the first event in the Ambrosian Pangusticon. And our judge from down under, ground that is, the rock crusher himself, Krrrtrwx, has run the draw, and will announce his choice of venue and ingredients." And Krrrtrwx the Xorn stands up.
He says, it is... And he makes the sound of rocks being chewed in an intricate pattern. And Crack Sizzle can really relate to this problem of names that really don't have linguistic equivalents. He says,
So
it is time for you fleshy meat bags. You will understand the flavor and texture of rock. You're welcome, he says to no response. Well,
there's one clap just somewhere.
Go rock! Go rock!
It's Ruben. Just go rock.
He's, well, I have found a way. After all, what do you water bags eat? You water bags eat life. The audience is clearly not with him at this point.
He's already...
So if there was a rock that it was alive, then you could eat it, and you could give up your illusions of eating the rotting mush that you call food. Yes.
Woo!
The audience is just he is completely lost. The audience.
Ruben stops clapping. He's like, I can't do anything with this.
Well,
This is like a racist tirade that this rock.
there is a plane. It is deeply connected to the earth, blasted free of life upon its surface, so that all these fleshies, they must dwell under the ground, in the darkness. Oh, now understand why it's called the Underdark. Your mortal humor confuses and infuriates me.
And that's a rock fact.
That's a rock fact. I've learned this place is home to a kind of living crystal. That is the ingredient. You shall cook with living crystal, preferably the heart of crystal, in your meal for me. That is all. Goodbye. He sits down.
And yeah, he lumbers back to his seat. Thanks, Krrrtrwx so there you have it, folks. Living crystal from an underdark material plane. That's the challenge. You'll have 30 days exactly from the moment you leave here to return living crystal. Your chefs probably have some advice for you on the type of things you might collect to prepare your meals, but first, we're going to have a quick fire challenge. And then sound effects, explosions, and slicing sounds come from nowhere in particular.
Shing, 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 shing. Quick fire challenge.
And they're explained that the winner of this round will decide where everyone starts off in this competition. And each chef brought an offering with which they will prepare a dish, and their teams will prep and plate while the chef tantalizes our senses with this delectable creation. Everyone, all the teams sort of huddle up, and Rhagnuul looks at the four of you. He's like, which two of you are the fastest?
Sizzle would probably be the fastest because he has chef experience.
Well, you're not actually doing the cooking. You're doing he's like, I need two of you to make a pantry run for me, and he hands, he sets a list down on the table of items that he needs, and he's like, and the other two of you, I need to butcher this. And he puts the jar containing the preserved dragon heart on the table. And mind you, it's like when he says butcher it, like this is like a 2-man job because this thing's like a nearly 3 feet in diameter.
Ruben's hand immediately goes up. Pantry. I feel like I know that heart from
looks at
somewhere.
Gwen and Seven is like, do you think you could carve this meat?
Yeah, I'll pop
I'm gonna
my.
be fastest with my feline agility.
Mm-hmm.
Crack Sizzle will cut the meat
Yeah.
with Grandma.
Yeah,
Well,
you've
with
got,
your fucking meat
yeah,
cleaver.
you've got the marbler.
I
and
have
I've
the
got-
marbler. I'm ready to
and
go.
I've
Okay.
got a giant sword.
Okay, so Rhagnuul signals that he's ready. The other team signal that you're ready, and the signals blare. And sorry, so it was seven, and Ruben. You guys, so you guys make a run for the pantry, which is behind a door, just to your right, and it is in the most well-stocked pantry you could imagine. It's almost overwhelming. It's like, if Whole Foods was packed into, a 30-foot room.
Mm-hmm.
And so you look quickly down at the list, and you guys take a side of the store, and you see the other teams in here, and you go for the items. So each of you need to make, either a Dex or a Wisdom roll.
Are there shopping carts?
You guys have little baskets.
Okay.
Whoa.
Just happened.
Sorry. I clicked the wrong thing.
Dex
That's
wisdom.
I did a saving throw. Click. Does it matter?
That'll be actually this. Well, no, because you have proficiency in that. So just click Dex.
Okay.
Like your Dex number. Oh God.
Oh god.
No.
You guys are the worst.
I rolled the first one really well. I can. If there's anything I can subtract from it to make it better than a.
That's not
No.
how D&D works.
Nope. You guys roll through this and just like every item you pick up is wrong. Like it's just like it's not what he asked for, and you bring it back out, and he stares at you with like 3 of the eyes, furious, and you can see them starting to glow. Like maybe he's gonna blast you with a fucking eye ray. But he doesn't say anything, and he just goes to work, and it's kind of incredible because as you're watching him cook, you're watching things levitate, and like a knife is chopping up one of these strange root vegetables that he didn't fucking ask for. Idiots. And just a really, really overly ripe tomato, because like why would you pick the overly ripe tomato out of all the things you would pick in the pantry, you idiots? And he goes through, and despite your best efforts to fuck up his dish, he actually prepares something. It's this stew that it smells pretty amazing with these, and it's starting to, it's like it doesn't even have a flame under it because it's bubbling under the influence of this dragon heart that's in it.
Well, let's check in on the butchering of the dragon heart.
Oh, right, that's right. I forgot about that. You guys need to make your roll to prep this dragon heart
All right.
as he preps this soup.
Okay, so I'll do like the grunt work to get it hacked up, and then you'll use the marbler to like carefully fillet it.
Yeah.
All right, so make your dex or wisdom rolls, whatever you think is going to be better in this situation.
Am I like cutting it into like pieces, or we're like sort of having to like carefully cut it?
Well, I think he asked you to fillet it like thinly. So let's see what you do.
Okay.
You did the same thing I did, Sam.
It's not terrible though. All right.
Hey!
Okay. So you guys, between the two of you, you actually do pretty much what he wanted. It's not.
Wait. Sam did the deck save and it was fine.
Oh, I did this.
Oh no. Oh, sorry. Save.
I was gonna say.
There we go.
Oh, okay. There you go. You guys do a pretty perfect cut on this thing. Like,
So,
I mean, it's,
well, let's take a step back here and recognize that this this dragon heart, which is like a 3 foot by 3 foot big honkin' piece of meat.
Ruben can't look at it.
It's preserved in a jar, and when you break the seal of this jar, you see a giant gout of flame just shoot straight up into the sky. Because this thing has been preserved in flame. This dragon heart from like hundreds of years ago, from some ancient war that none of you really particularly care about. But when this huge gout of flame shoots up into the sky, the crowd cheers because they're very excited by fire and loud noises and
simple things.
Simple things. Don't worry about it. Hand wave. But then the two of you are left with this dragon heart that actually still beats. Like when you take it out of the jar, it has been frozen here in 100 years in this eternal flame, and it was actually still alive when you take it out of the jar.
Ruben throws up in his mouth a little bit.
And as you guys deftly carve into it, you look over at the dragons, the team of dragons, and they are staring at you.
Yeah, because this is the fucking worst.
So as Rhagnuul prepares this dish, using the thinly sliced bits of dragon heart to heat it, he tells you all to start plating. So each of you needs to make a charisma or a constitution roll to plate this soup.
God damn it.
Wait, all of us?
Yeah,
Wait, charisma or what?
or Constitution.
Saving throws?
No, I just did it wrong again. I keep
Oh.
not wanting to handle that left side of the screen. I want to do the little box full of things.
Oof.
Oh my god. Okay, so you guys with the exception of Bryant, who uses, deftly and very stealthily uses his tongue to lap up any spots of soup on the side of the bowl.
He has the spoon he could use. He uses his tongue instead.
But you guys prepare a fucking sloppy mess on a plate, especially you, Ryan. And he looks at you like, you've done this before for me. Like, what is wrong with you? And he hangs his whole body in shame, cobbled together sloppy soup bowl mess up to the judge's table.
Before he brings it
Except
to
for
the
mine.
judge, can I do something?
What?
Can I cast Prestidigitation and try and clean up my splatter marks?
I don't see why not.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
Okay,
that.
so you clean it up a little bit, but the presentation of the soup itself is still pretty sloppy. It's just the bowl is.
Yeah, it's just not quite as bad.
Rhagnuul takes it up to the dais and sets it on just up on the stage, where, as if born from shadow, attendants whisk the goblet into Glabrus's hands, and he slurps it down. After looking at it for just a moment, he sniffs. It's fine. And he moves on. The wizards offer up a large ball of smoke, which floats over to Glabrus, and out of which he pulls a small brandy snifter full of small sea creatures. He eats it, glass and all, and the wizard at the head of the team winces. Glabrus seems pleased with the dish, though. And as the dragons walk by you to bring up their offering, it's something deeply unsettling. Well, for maybe most of you, maybe not Matthew. It's an upside-down crown, and atop it is a human head, flayed of its skin and raw. A king's head.
Like my mom.
They look at you snidely as they pass, and Glabrus scarfs it down in a single bite, burping in satisfaction. The insectoids send up a simple brown block. Glabrus takes it. Initially, he seems unimpressed, but a few minutes later, after eating it, a satisfied look crosses his jowls. And the human chef walks up with a hamburger and fries. Glabrus takes the hamburger between his two fingers and smushes it, licking the remains off of it, and then he dumps the fries down its gullet, and he nods.
Of course.
He looks over at you guys, shakes his head, and he looks at the wizards. And he's like, you will make the decision. And he's like, come. And so you see, Mira goes up to the stage, and a map unfurls on the table. And she looks at it, and she looks at everyone, and she points at different points on the map. Glabrus claps his hand. He's like, "It will be so." And she goes back to her things, and you see, kind of where the portals opened up last time on the wall, that led to what's it called? Rhagnuul's house.
Mm-hmm.
A similar portal opens up on the, and a small panel on the little table that you have opens up, and a little dais rises containing a curled up map and a small box that is about it's about 1 foot in it's like a 1 foot square but about 2 inches thick.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, each team. Oh, and there's also a medallion with the letters AP emblazoned on it. And he's like, each team has been given a medallion emblazoned with the letters AP. This is your key to return home. When you have collected your ingredient and anything else you need, gather in a circle, set this medallion on the ground at the center and say, "Our challenge is complete. Anyone holding hands in the circle and any materials gathered within the circle will be transported back to the arena. This is a one-time use, and there is no going back, so be sure you're ready. Be sure you use it, and be sure to use it before the clock strikes the end of the 30th day. You can also tap the medallion once per day and say the word Pangusticon, so write it down, and you will be able to send a message to your head chef. It's a one breath back and forth, so ask questions, say what you need to say, and your chef will do the same. Hopefully they have some good advice. Your chef will also have 2 boons to send you at their discretion, so be sure to tell them if you really need something, and otherwise, let's hope that your chef can deliver when the time is right. But that is not all. We're giving you a small magic cooler that will transmit its contents to Sigil every 24 hours for a challenge we're calling A Taste of the Worlds. Every 7 days, you'll need to have sent 1 new and exciting ingredient for your chef to make a dish from. It better be good. There are some serious points on the line. So you open the cooler, and it is like a chilly air comes out of it, and it's like a 1 foot by 1 foot opening, and it goes down about 3 feet. And so, like he said, every 24 hours, this cooler will empty and be sent back to here. So this is how you're going to gather ingredients over the course of this trip. Is you'll be able to fill it up over the course of a day, or maybe you won't fill it up if you don't kill something and put something in it, and send it back. But you'll have a limited space per day.
Okay.
Cool.
It's now time. Chefs, bid goodbye to your teams. You very well may not see. And the doors open into darkness.
7, being a typical cat, just like paws the medallion, just knocks it off the table.
All right. So what do you guys do?
We pound it out.
So you pound it out with his
Always
flesh
be
finish.
pounding it out, yes.
His tentacles.
Good luck. You're gonna need it. Cliche.
Cliche.
All right. So you watch as the other two captains bid farewell to their teams and see as they walk through the door. Curiously, you see all 5 of the hive walk through.
All right. Curious.
Is that fair?
Well, you don't really know. You don't really understand what the deal is.
So we watch everybody go through the portals. So it's
everyone's walking through their
so is Guy Fieri the head chef of?
Yeah, he stays behind, looking pretty spooky.
Damn it!
Yeah, he's got better things to do. He's got Fieri.
Fieri.
He's making donkey sauce.
Well, it's not Guy Fieri because it's Gui Fieri. So it's spelled the same, but it's Gui. For copyright reasons.
Fair.
All right. Well, we stepped through the portal.
All right.
All right, move the party.
Oh, are we moving them to the? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, so we're going straight there. Yeah, before we get to the thing.
Yeah, Ruben hops in the portal shouting catchphrase.
Okay, so you guys find yourselves in the middle of a dark mine.
So who's wearing the goggles?
I is, or at least I wrote it down in my list.
Yeah.
So crack sizzle's fucked. Is that what we're saying?
Well, not yet.
I have the ever burning torch.
But don't light that thing until we know where we are yet. We don't want to wait.
Yeah, I won't light that till we.
Well,
know
wait. So are you moving around? Are you?
I'm not moving around.
Hey, hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can see.
All right, so crack sizzle is lighting his torch.
Yeah.
I think it looks okay from where I'm standing.
Oh, cool.
All right.
My eyes.
So you guys are deep. It's seemingly deep underground in a completely lightless cavern.
Well,
you can hear kind of a gently running river a little ways ahead of you, and you can see if you have dark vision, which most of you should have now. Is there's 2 bridges going over that river. This looks like an abandoned mine.
How stable does this mine look?
Not unstable.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I mean, Crack Sizzle's ever-burning torch seems like staring directly into the sun compared to the darkness that surrounds you all. I mean, Gwen is like, shrug, LOL. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But everyone else...
Fucking devil vision bullshit. I hate it.
Everyone else, it recoils at the light.
Like, you guys, never in your life have you seen a dark this dark.
Ruben thinks that this is great.
I know, you're like stoked on these goggles, and they have a little owl motif going on. Like, kind of like the guy from Watchmen.
How do I look, guys? Do I look cool? I feel
Dynamite. You look killer, dude.
So are you guys, you're talking?
Oh.
Loud?
Not loud.
Ruben is talking
actually,
about how cool he looks?
I feel that Ruben would be talking pretty loud.
I am very loud.
Totally.
Okay.
I am so cool, you guys! You guys look at how cool I am!
Hey, leave the role playing to me.
You guys hear like this like rumbling and rustling kind of over near the bridge, and then like this like, it's not a roar, it's more of like a gurgle.
All right, who forgot to eat this morning?
Wait.
And you hear something over there.
So does that gurgle sound like the rock guy's language?
No. This sounds definitely organic.
Okay.
All right.
So do we have a, like, aside from just go get me ingredients, that's basically our sort of mission at this point.
Well, you have the mission to go get the heart of the living crystal, but
And then
any
each
other
area
ingredients that you gather along the way are also going to be helpful for you in like cooking the dishes that you need to cook. Like, you don't necessarily know what the specific challenge is when you get there, but you'll need ingredients from the place.
So
And that's what those
Keep
coolers
chopping.
are for, or that cooler is for.
So Ruben pulls out his sword and he's holding the cooler and he kind of turns back to everybody with the goggles. He's like, "Come on, guys, let's get cooking."
Ugh.
Okay, so as soon as you right there, wait, stop. Your eardrums just blow up. You start hearing like a shrieking, and you have no idea what it is, and whatever is making this shrieking is agitating whatever it was you heard on the bridge, and you see this horrible like tentacle crawling up and pulling this like rhinoceros-sized beast with this like gaping maw, like filled with just like offal and garbage. Like, this thing looks like it is made of filth, and it has, was it 3 or 4 tentacles coming off its back?
Too many tentacles.
Too many tentacles coming off its back. And it is looking, if it had eyes, it would be looking at one of you guys. But that awful shrieking sound is coming from all around you.
Roll for initiative, y'all.
Yep.
My last words were, "Let's get cooking." I'm happy with this. I died, and those are my last words.
All right. Well, 7 is up first.
All right. All right. Well, I guess I'll start out with my longbow.
All right. Yep. Okay, and I assume you're hitting the big thing and not the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Okay. So you stick an arrow into that thing, and it roars at you guys, and it looks ready to eat you all.
Can. Oh,
That is a miss, my friend. That's a miss.
Just
It
sticks, it just
it
sticks
plink-
into it, but it shrugs it off.
Yeah, it plinks into its horrible alien goopy flesh.
Now it is. Turn.
Is the shrieking having a negative effect on us at this point?
Let me check. Actually, I think maybe.
Great, thanks.
Well, I just need to know because I was going to stab them, but if not, I will ignore them.
No, it's no negative effect.
Well, fine. I'll just probably fuck with those later.
It's just like a klaxon. It's like it's really annoying.
Oh god, that's like a seal deal.
Mhm.
So Ruben's going to take this new rapier out for a spin
Okay.
and attack this guy. That is my. I could.
That hits.
Great, and then I'll do a sneak attack as well. Or wait, do I do the damage first and then?
Yeah,
sneak
do
attack?
damage.
Right, and then sneak attack. Did that land or not?
Yeah, it hits.
Okay.
All right.
Do I hit the rapier again for that damage?
No, you hit it. You got it.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I
All right.
will pop back because I can do that.
Mhm.
Where are you gonna go?
I'm figuring. Are these things like? Sorry. Are these like obstacles, or can that be?
What? Yeah, that's an obstacle. I mean, it's not exact on the the squares and stuff, but.
Too many tentacles. Stab, stab.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right. Are there still too many tentacles, or did I get one?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So it just lumbers forward next to you two, and it makes it grabs at you, Matthew, with a tentacle.
Okay. Gross.
Does that hit you?
I think it just hits.
Yes.
I have an AC of 16, so yes.
Okay. So wait. There we go. Oof. So you take 15 damage as this thing just slams in. That the weird, you can't really see it very well, but the weird pinch, there's spines at the end of the tentacles, and it latches onto you. And make a dexterity save.
Can I use Uncanny Dodge to have that damage?
You can.
Great. It's in there in the thing, and then a dex save.
Yeah. Oof, just made it. Okay, so you just barely don't get wrapped up by this tentacle.
Nope, nope.
And as it's looking at you, one of the other tentacles whips out at you, Gwen.
Okay.
19. And make a
Ruben, you got that damage on that hit you?
Yeah.
okay, so it grabs you with its tentacle, and it's holding on to you, and it just it goes for a bite.
Nope.
All right, so it just clangs off your arm. And yeah.
All right, Craig Sizzle.
Okay. So Gwen's looking pretty beat up already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me do my little measuring. Oh, okay. You're close. Alright, I'm gonna run up beside Gwen, and I'm gonna try and attack, but kind of at the tentacle that the monster has wrapped up in.
Oh, so that would be a help?
You want to try and free her from a grapple?
Yeah.
Or you want to do damage?
I don't know. How beat up is this thing looking?
We
Not very.
touched it. We haven't touched it.
Okay.
No, you guys hit it with one thing.
Yeah.
I hit it.
Oh, I guess that is true. Yeah.
But it's not looking too rowdy.
It's not looking too rowdy. And look, this thing looks like it's made of like shit and garbage, so it's really hard to tell what's like damage and what is just like festering pustules that are coming off it.
Oh, gross.
But
Yeah, it's really the grossest thing you've ever besides
But-
Reuben.
it's ready to party, guys. It's party time for this thing.
So what are you gonna do with it, Crack?
I think I'm gonna run up and try to help Gwen then.
Okay. So I guess that would be an athletics check on his part versus
Mhm.
the strength check, the Ati.
Yep.
There we go. Oh.
So.
I think it's if it's you're on offense, you win, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you free Gwen from the grapple. All right. So that's your turn, Gwen. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I will.
You're not grappled anymore.
Yeah, I'm not grappled, so I'm gonna try and.
The mushrooms say.
Ugh.
Really
Yeah,
annoying.
I'll try and make a long sword strike. Hopefully hit. Hit.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. All right. Then. God.
Good old 5.
I'm gonna attack a smite on the end there.
All right. Hit that smite. Okay. So you swing your sword down, and as you do, well, it's really more. You start swinging your fist down, and this sword materializes in your hand, and it crackles with like dark, shadowy energy as you just carve a piece out of this thing, and it falls on the floor, and it is foul smelling, and it roars like angry at you, and
I'm not sorry.
as it roars, you guys start to feel a little shaking under your feet. These mushrooms are still going off. And
You made it worse.
joining the fight,
God.
burrowing out of the ground are these 2 horrible, like ant-like creatures.
That are not the hive
they're more like
No.
horrible, like praying mantis ant burrowing monster beasts, and they're just on the other side of the Atiug.
For some reason, I can't click on them.
No, I can't either.
Uh-oh.
No.
You broke them, Carlos.
Well, anyways, they're there.
Okay.
So
Cool.
the Ankegs...
Mike, do you wanna run the Ankeg?
Sure. We're gonna roll initiative here. Oh, they got
They're
shit.
bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the barrel. All right. 7.
All right.
They go below Gwen.
All right. So I'm gonna do really awesome looking like little backflip here. Just get some a little bit of distance.
Mm-hmm.
And take another shot at the tentacle thing.
Okay, you hit.
Alright. And I'm also gonna roll Colossus Slayer.
I can't select anything. For some reason. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Everything is
Jesus.
broken.
Okay. Man, this thing's looking a little hurt now.
Okay. And then for my second attack,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shoot at the mushrooms.
Okay, one of these ones. All right.
I'll shoot at this one right here.
Yeah,
Alright.
shoot it down.
Yeah, you definitely hit it.
And so do I do damage?
Okay. You sink your arrow into it, and it rips a good chunk off it, but it's still shrieking.
Damn.
Just warbling.
What kind of chasm are these bridges over?
It's just like a shallow river, bunch of garbage in it.
Garbage. And how sturdy do these bridges look?
Wooden.
Reasonably. What?
Wooden. They look like
Yeah,
wooden
they're
bridges.
wooden. They were meant for mine carts, so they're pretty
Okay.
sturdy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to wreck that before that thing gets there. These mushrooms are
Breathe fire on the dude.
I don't have fire, but I will. I don't know if I should. Fuck. It is fucking gross. I don't think so. Like, it's all gross and groundy, and I breathe electricity, so I don't know how good that'll be if it's grounded. In my experience,
It's not made of earth.
I know, but I just don't know. How big a chunk did 7 take out of those mushrooms? Like a pretty big chunk over there in the corner.
I mean, yeah, it's like
they're the mushrooms, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to stab the giant monster again.
Okay.
Fuck. Nope.
The Atyug. Oh, I see. I found him. Alright. So you didn't hit him?
No, I did not. I'm looking at my... I can use disengage as a bonus action, right, and move away?
Correct.
Okay. So it reaches out for you, Crack. All right, so it misses with that, and it swipes at you, Gwen. And I guess that clangs off your armor.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes to bite you, Crack. Does that hit you?
Oh yeah.
How do I check?
Just your AC. Yeah, 16. That definitely hits you. So, okay, so you take 14 damage, and you have to succeed on a Constitution.
Constitution?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
From its horrible mouth.
Oh God. Okay, so it bites you, and as it leaves, like you just like gasp for breath because like you can feel this wound already starting to fester. And you are now diseased. Every 24 hours that elapse, you have to repeat this saving throw, or your hit point maximum is reduced by 5, or 1d10. But the disease is cured on a success, and you get all your points back, your total hit points.
Oh boy!
So you basically just have to keep succeeding at Constitution saving
every day.
Every day.
All right.
Yeah. So that's that for you.
All right.
Or for him. So now it is your turn.
So Craxel's pretty pissed about this, so he whips out the marbler, and he gives him the old smackaroony.
Gives him a good carving.
Yeah.
All right. Roll it.
Rolling in the deep.
Oof. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, that's a hit.
Smack. Ruben can feel that hit from over here.
Okay, so it needs to make Constitution. Oof, man. Okay, so this thing bleeds, and it like you as you carve tentacles, like it bleeds. It's just nasty black blood on you, and you just like you almost vomit. Just it is the worst thing you've ever smelled.
Wait, so is it dead?
No.
Oh, then I'm gonna use a follow-up attack.
Okay.
You're in the shit now, son.
You can I can just attack twice.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be
Okay. That does not hit.
Bummer.
So you just kind of like hit like a squishy part of it. You think you got it in, but you pull the knife out, it comes out pretty clean. It's it comes out covered in poop and stuff, but like
Gross.
Yeah, it's poop. It's a poop monster.
Yeah.
Did Ruben doesn't have any poop on his clothes yet, does he?
You have some poop on your clothes.
Quick, give it a
everyone but 7 has some.
Everyone roll for poop.
Let's go, Gwen.
As a bonus action, I am going to cast Hex
Mm-hmm. On the
On the
thing.
poop.
on the Otyugh.
The
Yep.
poop.
Just your
Uh,
poop in the
Poop
corner.
monster.
Oh, someone loves Dogma way too much.
Okay,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the Otyugh. First one.
Okay.
God, that fucking OP as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Second blast. Crits.
Oh, crit.
Does 16.
Jesus.
And
Okay.
then the Hex does an additional D6. Which I need to change that slightly. Give me one moment. Wait, it doesn't. It's not supposed to do a plus. Sorry, I'm just.
You could just roll 1d6.
into.
Oh, there we go. So that's how much? 28?
28.
Yes, 28.
Okay, this thing is looking real haggard. It's breathing real hard.
Near death.
Near
Poop's
death.
coming out of its mouth.
Yeah, poop is coming out
everywhere.
Just
Just poop all over
everywhere.
the place.
And farts. There's farts happening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's go Ankegs. All right. So Ankeg's going to pop over there and attack Gwen.
Stefani.
Let's see. Gwen Stefani. Oh, he's going to blast acid in a line.
Oof. Oof.
And,
Gross. This place is the
and-
worst. I want to go home.
Indeed. So that line looks like that. And so let's see.
he's not getting the Otyugh at all?
Nope.
How can he
Gwen, Crack,
fucking
and
bend
Ruben.
acid?
Yeah, how's he bending? How's he
How,
bending?
how's he bending acid?
Basically, he can pick whichever square he wants to start from, and that's adjacent to him, and draw from there.
Ruben just sounds convenient.
So Gwen, Crack, Sizzle, and Ruben make a
Mhm.
dex saving throw. Oh,
That
so
mushroom does not have dexterity. It's dead.
all right, we can just delete that guy. All right, so let's.
It's a little quieter in here.
Let's roll 3d6 for 10 damage.
Gonna have that shit.
I am going to use my reaction to use my Stone's Endurance. So I only
Nice.
take 2.
Nice.
I'm gonna take
Goliath
-5.
power.
Crack.
Yeah,
you
it's
just
like
taking the 10.
I'm just gonna eat 10 damage.
You're just like delicious. I'm covered in poop and acid.
That's
Good
it.
man. Good man.
You don't have to take that. You could just uncanny. Oh wait, no, it's just
I
me.
can't do anything.
All right. And this Ankeg here is going to pop up and attack Ruben with a bite. Oh, and
Nope, you're
Love
gonna
it.
whiff that.
with that pretty hard. All right, carrying on. It is Seven's turn.
So I'm guessing those onk whatever at the other end are the ones that are stuck on the map,
They
Yeah,
are
so don't worry
stuck.
about them.
They are stuck in.
ruining my illusion.
There we
There
go.
we go.
I solved it.
Did you see the thing I sent you, Mike?
Yes.
Do we think that?
Confirmed.
Oh Jesus!
Uh-oh.
Not
He's
anything.
gonna die.
Okay.
All the players die.
Perfect.
And then-
This will free up my Tuesday nights. I get my Tuesdays back. Fuck you all. Bye.
All right, Seven. What's rolling? How you doing, man? What's happening?
What was this thing again?
The
Poop
Otyugh,
monster.
which is
Onto-
almost dead.
We don't know what
Okay.
it is. Like no one. I don't think we have like a. Well, I don't know what it would be in D&D.
It's like knowledge nature, knowledge arcana.
It's a poop monster.
It's
A shit fiend.
All right.
Yeah, shit fiend with
Finish
tentacles.
You're off.
That hits.
It's all right. Damage and Colossus Slayer.
Yeah, it's dead.
Boom.
Boom.
Shit happens.
How do we
Nearby.
dead it? There we go.
There you go.
And then my second attack, I want to attack these other set of mushrooms again.
It says.
Okay.
And that one on the right didn't catch any acid, right? That stream was pretty specific.
Yeah.
It was.
So that hits.
Yay.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, it's dead.
Oh, blessed silence.
Sweet, sweet silence.
All right. So
Ribbon.
7.
Yeah, so I'm gonna attack this
So-
giant ant thing in my face.
Mm-hmm. All funds.
That does not hit.
Boo.
Well,
You do
Can I
not-
attack? Can I attack again?
do you have two
do you-
attacks?
Well, I mean, just for a full action if I don't do anything else.
No.
No.
Okay.
But you could
Don't-
disengage and run away.
Don't you have
Run
two attacks?
away!
I am gonna
Small rogue
disengage. Now, can I? That wasn't a successful melee, so I have to legit run away. I can't do the flip I was planning on doing. Boo.
Oh, you don't have two attacks yet. That's too bad.
Well, that's actually a good place to go, Matthew. 'Cause it's too big to follow you through that passageway.
We.
All right, Ossiak.
Atiog is dead.
Good.
Get Chisel.
Wait, no. Oh, wait, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so
Ruben can't see a thing, by the way. Because
is it feasible? Is it feasible to beat these things? Like, I'm not too sure what to do.
Yes. This
They
is
look-
a perfectly winnable fight.
They look like pussies.
It's because you just ran away. All
They
right.
look like pussies from far away and up close.
Okay. So I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna attack this one. This guy.
Okay.
Let it be so.
Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, just going to make a con save for the Onkeg. Makes it.
So it's still 10 damage.
All right. I'm gonna spend a key point to use stunning strike.
Okay. And what does it have to do?
You have to make a Constitution.
You want to click it for us?
Oh, sure.
Because you asked nicely.
Oh,
okay.
whiff.
All right.
So this Onkeg is just sitting there like you can see little cartoon stars flying around its head.
Nice.
Stunned.
Gwenjamin.
All right.
Benjamin Button.
Can I do a small amount of sort of retconning? So with Hex, once the target of your Hex dies, you can then move it to a different creature.
Uh-huh.
Can I move it to the Onkeg that's right in front of me?
That seems reasonable.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
No, it's on a subsequent turn of yours. It's a bonus action on a subsequent turn, so it's not really doing anything. You don't even have to do it after the turn. No, it just says before the spell ends,
Oh, okay, cool. Well,
which is up to 8 hours.
okay, cool. Well, I will put it on this guy in front of me here.
This one?
Yep.
Okay, so you want to hex him, Mike?
Yes.
I know what our dot. And there we go.
It's got a little face. A little hex
Sad face.
Hex.
Fuck him up.
You should know, out of roleplay fidelity, I have not moved Ruben, so he just keeps hearing all this shit happening and he can't see a goddamn thing.
Indeed. It's a dark world where Ruben lives.
And I have goggles. This is just a giant rock in the way.
I mean, those are the breaks. Those are the breaks.
All right. Okay. So, and has this Unkeg over here? Has he been attacked yet?
Nope.
Nope.
Not
This one?
successfully.
This one down here.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
guy, yeah. He's also stunned.
Okay.
He's stunned by how bad Crack Sizzle smells.
Hey, it's low.
I'm also going to place a Hexblade curse on him as well.
Can
Just
you have
handing
more
those
than
out
one?
like candy.
Yeah, there's nothing that says you can't.
Damn, that's weird. I would have thought you'd only have one.
Okay, cool.
You're like an
so-
old person that had, instead of candy, though, instead of Werthers, you just have hexes and curses.
Hexes and
shit.
curses. Yep.
Yeah, you just hand them out to the kids.
Well, wait, if something is concentration, I don't think you can use it again.
Well, and also, you already used your bonus action to switch your hex to another person.
That's a
Yep.
good point. Never mind. Scratch that. So I'm gonna pop a couple Eldritch Blasts in his ass.
Into the hexed one.
Yeah, the one that I'm
Okay.
His current dance partner. No.
and crit.
Okay. So
Uh.
one just completely. Yeah.
Runs
Just
the
blows
game.
up.
All right.
23.
Not a bad hit.
You got that,
can't-
Los?
I can't get the life on it for some reason. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got it. All right.
Okay, time.
So there's like withering blasts, shadow just like rip into that thing, and it looks pretty savaged by it.
Ruben looks
Okay.
nervously at the ceiling because we're in a cave and there's lightning bolts flying everywhere.
Ah!
Ah, fuck!
Another Ankeg burst from the ground behind Seven.
But it's full life, not half life.
What?
No,
Do I put up
no
this
one
toy-
sees Ruben freak out a little bit because he's by himself, but that was super spooky.
That is exactly the correct response.
I'll be honest with you, Seven. I'm thinking Ruben might go for the one with Crack Sizzle just because he's taking a fuck ton of damage.
Also, he's laying down.
Yeah, he's also super stunned, and Ruben is not one to pass up an opportunity for an easy kill.
All right. So the one who just popped out of the ground, he's going to acid spray onto Seven and Gwen. So please make a Dex saving throw. Hola.
Hooah!
Cat dodge.
Cat dodge, cat
Seven
dodge.
never takes damage.
Alone in the world.
Little cat dodge.
Gwen.
Wendell and Christy.
Yes.
Roll your
Sorry.
dex.
Oh, Dex.
Dex save.
Damn it. Thank you.
All right. Okay.
All right. So you both take half. So that's 4 damage on Seven and Gwen.
Alright. Okay.
And what do the other ones do? Well, the one other one.
The other one.
This one right here didn't do anything, did it?
The other one is what you're saying.
Yeah, the other one. Yeah, that one.
The other mother.
He's gonna try to bite Gwen, and he gets a
Yes.
14.
Nope.
No, sir. And the end. This one is stunned. So
All right.
end.
It is
Seven.
7.
We've already pissed off the dragons today. I'm just glad the hive can't see this because I feel like they would have words.
And,
what are you gonna do,
like,
7?
Cracks like disease. It's like totally separate from poison, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to affect him.
Who has the most damage? I can't even see Gwen's health bar.
Right.
Probably me.
Yeah.
Gwen has 22 hit points left, and Crack has 20. They're both about the same.
Mm-hmm.
Well, imagine Gwen probably has better AC, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna move. Oh shit.
So it gets a attack of opportunity.
Alright. So I roll.
No, just Mike will roll a bite. Does that hit your AC?
Does.
10.
15.
Oof.
Okay. Does 12 damage to 7.
Wow.
I will cast second level Cure Wounds on Crack.
Thank you.
Give it a click. There you go.
So
I roll
2d8.
Wisdom, right?
No, it's 2d8 plus whatever your wisdom is. Your wisdom's
Fuck.
16, so it's plus
Fucking
3.
love D&D, guys. This is fucking great.
Shut up, hiding in the corner.
2d8.
You better go over there and fucking attack that guy that ran away from.
I could actually do better to attack the one that 7 did because I can sneak attack.
Heyo!
Dang.
Wow.
Nice.
Feeling good.
Plus
No.
16? That doesn't
No.
sound right.
Oh, no. It should be...
Plus 3.
So, it'll be...
Oh, I was gonna
11.
say.
11.
So, not bad.
Or
7-11. I love it.
Alright, Ruben. Let's see what you got.
So that guy over there is pretty damaged, right? And stunned?
Well, I mean, he's
It's
stunned. He's not
stunned.
super damaged.
I mean,
He's been chopped once.
and then you're actually looking pretty good, Krrrtrwx. I'm going to go up here and attack this one.
Whatever.
From the shadows.
Let it be so.
All right. That's definitely a hit. 9, and then roll your sneak attack.
Yep. And then that was... How many space... The creature takes 2 spaces up, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can back into that cave, and
What's up?
you think.
I can get over there. I was going to
Well, I'm-
backflip over it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Ha! Cool. And I think that's as far as I can. Well, I guess I could do. I can use fucking. What is this? Cunning action to then keep dashing, right?
Yeah, so, well, but when you move there,
Mm-hmm.
Matthew,
Yeah.
Michael, can you pull that thing up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, god damn it!
I have the thing. I was thinking. I'll run the fungus since you're running the encave.
There's fungus.
Yeah,
This is
well,
not
it
fun.
doesn't hit you, but this like
Well-
purple mushroom thing like lashes out at you with these like nasty tendrils, and it smells as foul as the Atiug.
Okay.
So it gets to make some more attacks, Carlos.
Okay, so oops, nope, that was not it.
Token.
Okay, well, hold on 1 second. Boop.
Oh no.
That hits you. And 7 necrotic damage.
This place is the worst.
2 attacks.
Is that
3
that-
attacks. Nope.
3 attacks? And then
4
no.
attacks. No.
okay,
Wait. What? It attacks 4
sorry.
times?
Sorry,
it
not that.
attacks 1d4 times.
Oh.
Does necrotic, horrible necrotic damage.
So you take 3 necrotic.
How do I mark necrotic?
It's
Just
regular damage.
Normal damage.
Yeah, I just put it on you.
Okay, sorry. And so that happened, which is terrible.
Yep. So you can keep running into that room.
Nope.
There's some other funguses in there that you might or may not think are hostile to you. You're not sure.
So I guess we got to add the violet fungus on.
Yeah, we can give it a turn.
Wait. Are we
Next
gonna
turn.
fight this whole cave? Because it's like 11:30.
We can call it here tonight and pick up next week.
Your guys
I
are
think
solid.
that's for the best for me. I get up in
Yep.
in like 5 hours.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, it'll all stay here, right, Mike?
Yep, the fight will stay as is if we want to
Oh.
call it here.
Cool. If it saves, fine. Then that's.
Are we at the beginning? Should we just finish this round then?
No, it's fine.
Or it doesn't matter? Okay.
Doesn't
All right,
matter.
cool.
So
Fuck this cave.
so I've also put a
the Underdark map in the PC folder, if y'all want to take a look. What's a face
Good way to close things down.
got to choose where everyone landed.
Oh, I know where we are, and it's not
Yeah.
great. I'm pretty sure those toxic caves aren't great.
Well, I think that the who won again, Carlos?
The wizards.
The Wizards won. So what letter did the Wizards put them at, Carlos?
D.
D. So you guys are at letter D.
Oh,
To start,
that's bad as I thought.
and there we have an interactive map for this, but essentially, FYI, we're going to be tracking time when it comes to the 30 days that you have.
Uh-huh.
So each square is 4 hours of travel at normal speed. So if you move into a square and there's a hazard there that delays you, you'll move slower. And we're going to slowly tick-tock away your time as we move through the Underdark. So you have an overview map there that we're going to be using, and we'll finish this fight next time. And yeah, thanks everybody for playing.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you much.
Great. Thanks very much.
Catch you guys later.
See you later, guys.